Hey, Sagria, hope you're Savia. This is your boy N.O.R.E.
What up, this DJ EFN?
And this is Drink Champs, the motherfucking podcast. Make some noise! And right now, hit that again, EFN. And right now, I'm so excited. Not because these people are my friends, but before these people were my friends, I knew who they were doing. I seen what they were doing. They are the people who edited, who architected the Magzine business. Everybody bit off of their blueprint. After they made it, they tried to recreate it. These guys has been down for 20 years or so.
Longer than that.
These guys been doing it.
Put it down for the culture.
They reformed it. If you got 4 mics, you went gold instantly. And your shit was called the classic. If you got 5 mics, you probably went platinum instantly, but your shit was called a classic. Nowadays, we don't have no type of system at all. Your album just come out, and as long as the dude with purple hair and dreadlocks say your shit is good, you might work it. This is not back in the days. Back in the days, it was hard. Right. Back in the days, you had to hit a chitlin circuit. Yeah, back in the days, you had to do what you had to do. And if you had to get on this magazine, you had to be privileged to be on this magazine. Yep. No knucks. The Dunts was making this magazine. Right now, we talking about the co-owner, the founders. Excuse me, let me correct myself.
Nothing.
The founders of the Source magazine. Right now in the house, we got Dave Mays and Benzino. Make some noise! I want to get straight to the point, Zeno. One day, me, you, and Ja Rule was on the phone.
But you gotta let them know we do this on a regular.
No, me, you, and Ja Rule, we are like the 3 amigos. We're like the first take of hip hop.
Right.
We going at it.
We go at it. We don't agree on nothing, the fan.
Yeah. I mean, me, Ja Rule, and I said, like Ja Rule said, he said, I don't give a fuck about the mic system, right? You remember he said that? And I said, that's because you only got 3 mics. You remember that?
You fucked them up with
that. But, I always got 4 mics. I always loved the mic system. The mic system is what helped make my career. Let's make some noise for that. Hold on. Let's make some noise for that.
That's good. But you remember what you told me, though, the first time before
you called me a backpack rapper.
No.
Yes, you did.
Listen,
you did.
First of all,
I cared about the mic too much.
Look, he said that you thought that I was the one that didn't give you 4.5.
Yes.
And I'm gonna let it be known right now, right here. All right. And this is like we have no reason to lie. I can't do that.
Okay, you can
as
go
much as I want to.
Next 15.
You know what I'm saying?
Dave Mays don't give a fuck.
But this we can, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know, come on, salute.
Okay, salute.
You know what I'm saying? So you told me that you thought I was the one that was.
No, I thought anything. I thought at one point that if the Source, anything that was bad in the Source, I thought that you had something to do with the bad part, and I thought Dave was the
No, but you thought
you
thought that I rated the mic system.
I thought that you rated the mic system. Right. I thought that any bad article.
Right.
I thought you was the angel. It's
right. No, but to set the record straight for all artists, because Praz said the same thing. You know what I'm saying? First time I met him,
Praz from the Fugees.
Yeah, I never ever.
I hate that ice machine, by the way. I
never ever gave anybody a mic, but Sep. Now I'm,
let's get into it.
No, I'm just saying. Other than the situation that happened with, you know, what I'm saying, the Source, myself, and Eminem. You know, what I'm saying, that was the only time the mic system, like I kind of put my authority in it. But wait, that's all the other 190 covers and mics and everything. I never had nothing to do with it. Like that's a backroom meeting of editors and people up there, and I never was once ever in any of those meetings.
But even still, to
set the record straight, though.
Yeah, no, but even still to this day, do you not realize how important the mic system was?
I mean, I remember you was telling me.
I was bugging that I was explaining to you.
I understood it, but I didn't feel it like y'all did.
Wow. Now, how about you, Dave? Me and you on the same page. That mic system meant a lot to the culture.
I mean, we took it serious. It was something that the staff took seriously.
Right.
The authenticity of it. So, it meant a lot. You got some good ratings.
Nah, I got some great ratings, man. High fives for keeping it real with me. I had to tell Ja Rule, just because you got 3 mics, Ja, that was your problem.
All right, but hold up.
He's my friend. Ja Rule's my
let
brother.
me play devil's advocate,
okay.
Right? All right, but what's the mic system of some people who might, and especially as rap started territorializing, meaning Houston had its own sound, the Bay Area had its own sound. Okay, if you got a bunch of people up in the office that not used to these sounds, then how can they really rate your shit properly. And now that's number one. Then number two, right? The business side of the game.
Right.
There's two sides of the sauce.
Okay.
There's business and there's editorial. FN, you're the label.
Shout out to Benzino for getting technical.
No. But you're the label and your artist, and you paying me advertising for your artist, right? But then the editorial's hitting you off with 2.5 mics.
Right.
What then? Now what? Now what? Right. Now what do we do? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it wasn't always as, I think like what it was. You know what I'm saying? People have different perspectives on things. My thing is like, if you got a song and you believe in it, then okay, that's great that other people that you would want other people to rate it. But when you think of, again, it's just, these are just human beings and people like you are to rate something to say you like it or not.
No, but I mean, the times have changed. But back then, I think you guys, what did they say? It was the hip hop Bible.
Yeah, I understood it. I got it.
How great of a compliment is that, though? The hip hop Bible.
I mean, Dave could take that.
Right. Did you feel like accomplished when people called it the hip hop Bible?
Not. I mean, it felt good, but I was always striving to keep going, doing more bigger things.
You're a perfectionist.
So it wasn't like I'd stop just to.
No, the source was.
He started in his dorm
in Harvard, right?
As one piece of fucking paper. Like,
I remember my first source I actually bought. Like I had other source magazines, but the first source I actually bought was the Mass Appeal cover. I believe that's the cover where Nas got 5 mics, correct?
When you say Mass Appeal?
When I say Mass Appeal, it was I meant Guru, Gangstar, and DJ Premier, and that was the issue. Google that, Has. Can you Google that? You in front of the computer. Let's see if that's the issue, because we want to give out correct information, but that was my first source. I was in jail, and I can't say it meant so much more to me, because I would come home and hip hop kids would have the issue the same way. Well, I just want to commend you guys for making. So did you know what you guys were doing when you made? Because you're from DC, correct, Dave?
Yeah, originally.
And then you're from Boston. So how did y'all first link up to? You already had the source idea, or it was something y'all came up with together?
He was at Harvard.
Harvard. Let's make some noise for Dave being in Harvard.
And were you already RSO? Was that already?
I was on Harvard Street.
Harvard Street.
Yeah,
he was Harvard adjacent.
I was on Harvard Street.
He was Harvard adjacent.
And Roxbury. Dorchester was on Harvard Street.
Wait, Roxbury was the hood, though, right?
Yeah, Dorchester, right?
Oh, wait. Oh, so it's 5 mics? Yeah. It was. Look, make some noise for me.
No, you know shit.
I don't Google nothing.
You know your shit.
That was my first. So Harvard is in the hood? How the hell?
No, I'm saying Harvard in the hood. Harvard, the school's in Cambridge.
Okay, it's in Cambridge.
I started a radio show, hip hop radio show.
Okay, push me to the mic.
Hip hop radio show up there on the Harvard radio station.
Give Dave another drink.
Yeah, give him another drink.
Listen up a little bit.
First off,
another drink.
Listen, Benzino and Dave, they are my friends. You can tell they're my friends. They thugged out bottles of Armadale. It's not Rockefeller no more. It is now Hip Hop Weekly sponsored Armadale. Holy moly guacamole. These are my friends. We're gonna get to a lot of stories. Listen, a lot of
we got
family. This is family. Excuse me for saying friends, my brothers, both of them, man. That's right. Man. So how does the Harvard guy? Where you from?
I'm from Roxbury, Dorchester, Massachusetts.
How does the Harvard guy link up with the Roxbury, Dorchester guy? This is crazy.
He was doing the Harvard thing. I had a group, the Almighty Harvard.
But you're saying Harvard like it's light. Harvard is an Epstein.
Yeah, but the only thing that Harvard for niggas in Boston, Harvard was just over there where the police at and the white people.
That's just what niggas in Boston. Everywhere else, people are trying to get it.
Right, no, I understand that. Yeah, prestigious. You know what I'm saying?
Prestigious. He got a degree.
Very, very smart motherfucker.
He had the #1 rap group up there in Boston. Excuse me.
That was RSO.
Yeah, the Almighty RSO.
Yeah.
Was that managed already by Queen Latifah and them?
So I went out to one of their shows.
I think it was on Flavor
Unit. Yeah, that's why I first heard.
But this was before that. Yeah,
that's when we first met. I went out to one of their shows. They were performing. I went out and introduced myself.
We opened up for Tretch and them.
Told them about my radio show. I was hosting the show Street Beat, Go Dave. Come on up. I want y'all to come. Do an interview up on my radio. So that's how we met, and then we just started.
He used to wear this leather African thing. The leather African thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Dave is the blackest white person. He's definitely black. Him and Randy Acker. I've never looked at them with their skin color. I know that they're just as black as me, if not blacker. Let's make some noise for Dave, man. Y'all niggas gotta start clapping, man. Stop having the conversations. Diego and Ching Bean be watching y'all.
But then we ended up linking up and like.
Yeah, how'd y'all link up?
He had a radio station.
You said that.
My DJ from the N.O.R.E Soul ended up spinning on because
he
and Harvey.
Jeff 2 times?
Yeah.
Okay, let's pick up Jeff.
It was a station for classical music. And Dave managed to get some hip hop on it. So Jeff went up there to be his DJ.
Jeff 2 times. Pick up Jeff 2 times. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
First 15.
Right.
Let's
and then you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and then
I'm gonna take
then from there we just started linking up, you know.
I started working with him in the group
But now I'm gonna direct this question towards you. Now I know Benzino. I know how smart he is. But the average person don't see that. How did you see his genius, Dave?
Oh, I appreciate that, man. You know,
it's just always been a click from the beginning.
But from the beginning, or was it later on?
I mean, of course, it grew and it evolved over time, the relationship. But there was just, there was just something there, that's kept us together all these years. I mean, it's definitely a respect. I mean,
y'all brothers, man.
He's a brilliant person. I say it all the time, and
yeah, he's brilliant.
It's like
come on,
how did get into it, baby? You gotta. Come on, listen. So how did you know when you met him that this is a guy you're gonna partner up with? Like, was that the first intention? Like,
nah, hell no. Dave was just cool. We used to go to Harvard, but what I dug about Dave was like Dave didn't need to be around a whole bunch of different dudes, dolo, but really was like he's from DC. So he really didn't act like
Chocolate City.
You know what I'm saying? Then when you're around, one thing about racism, it breaks down. A couple of things it breaks down is crime. Because no matter what, it don't matter. If you connected with somebody and y'all doing some dirt, there's never no racism. He could be Irish, Italian, black. If y'all are homeboys, you feel me? But then it just goes on, like, it was like, okay, he's at Harvard, I'm over here. Damn, he's kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it, let's just go see what over here is like. And go fuck with Dave. And
was he the first person that, when you spoke to him, you said, yo, maybe I could get out the streets?
No.
Oh, you wanted to get out the streets
no,
before that?
Hell no.
Oh, you didn't want to get out the streets?
No.
Oh, yeah, I was wild. I heard RSL. I heard a lot.
Not just that, though, but we was hustling. We was getting money.
That's correct.
But forget it never stopped. Never stopped.
He had a record label, Surrender Records.
Come on, we know you stand for.
No, I didn't. We're going to talk about that story, too. All right? We're going to talk about that, because I did it.
Paul Prince was set tripping. He was 1090 in.
No.
Is that how it happened? He was 1090 in?
No. We can talk about that, too.
Oh, wait, later.
Let's stay back on the source.
Okay. Right.
Big up to Paul Pierce.
Right. Y'all cool now?
Yeah, it was cool then.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, Rashid Wallace want to come up here. You know, he might.
Rashid
tell
cool.
a story.
I know Rashid too.
Was there that day.
No, Rashid wasn't. He wasn't
I'm
playing with
fucking with you. Look at that. He had to think about it though.
No, I remember that. Trust me, I remember that.
So let's talk about it.
Right.
G. You made the transition to reality. But before you made the transition to reality,
right,
you didn't give a fuck about telling the industry to kiss your ass.
Nah.
How did that attitude derive? Like,
it wasn't. No, it was just different times. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you know what I'm saying. It was just, I don't know. You know, I'm from Boston.
Right.
Always kind of. I always got a little I'm older, so I got a little revolutionist in me. You know. Back then. Yeah. Well, because
Black Panther-ish.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you seeing the struggle, and you looking at things that ain't right, and you seeing people being politically correct. I really didn't understood what that was.
Right.
As much as I do now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But back then, I felt like I had no political correctness. That's when you're a real revolutionary, is when you have no political correctness. I don't think I'm that anymore, because I have a lot of politically correctness. And the reason.
Let's make some noise for that.
Being honest about it.
I'm being honest, but that don't take away, that
Your
spirit.
hood is.
Right. Well, the hoodness is different.
Yeah.
The hood's there.
Right.
I done that, but I'm saying as far as really giving a fuck for the betterment of our culture.
I'm gonna have to actually take another shot of Hennessy, because I'm about to go deep. Go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead. Pause. Look at, I love Benzino get drunk. Do you remember the time you got drunk and you left in a wheelchair? Do you remember that?
I don't drink.
You remember that time?
Yeah. I don't drink like him. I don't. It's different. Sonny, like they drink different. I don't drink like that.
Listen, there was no Snapchat, there was no Instagram.
I remember
so
that.
people had to actually Listen to my story on this
Thank
one
God
never
he wasn't
exists.
gonna Snapchat. Fuck.
Yo, the nigga said he walked in the hotel and they was like, yo, I can't walk. They went and got him a wheelchair. I was like, oh my God, this is a body right here. And there was no film back then.
Y'all was drinking.
Like I was
What the fuck y'all
everything.
Zeno's not really a drinker.
I'm not like a drinker. Like.
And then he started hanging out with me, even though.
You know what I noticed when you get fucked is when you mix champagne,
100%,
you can see white, you just all over the place.
Right.
But that's how they drink. Like they
Sonny? You trying to make me and Sonny?
Yeah.
I ain't go for a Dave drink like that too. Dave is Dave. Let me just tell you about Dave. Listen, I've hung out with Dave just like I hung out with you. And Dave, he be drunk. He just be quiet. He just be like, he be fucked up. Sonny he be fucked up. He be quiet.
Them niggas drink different.
Yeah, nah.
Y'all niggas is the liver boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sonny's a transsexual. He drink anything. He drink anything. I said it wrong. A trisexual.
Right.
He tries anything. My bad. Yeah, big difference. So, Zeno.
Let's go, because we on the podcast. I'm still waiting for the.
I always had to ask this question. Got 5 mics.
Man,
did you have anything to do with that mic system?
Man, listen. You know what? I'm be honest with you, right? It's like, like when you have relationships, you know what I'm saying, in the industry. Male and female friends, you know what I'm saying? Like friends or
relationships?
Friends.
That's two different things.
Friends. I'm saying like when you dealing with covers and magazines, it's all about relationships with the artist. You know what I'm saying? With the person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to talk to us for real. Drink
He's probing.
When you say
no. I think I answered that correctly though.
Well, you smashed.
That was the politically correct.
Huh?
Well, you smashed.
What?
Were you smashed?
We can't. We
5 mics. Come on, man. 5 mics.
You didn't think that album was a classic?
5 mics, man.
You didn't think that album was a classic?
That's what I came here for. That's what we came here for. Oh shit. Whoa.
This is the rumor on the street. Because you know why? Listen. The rumor on the street. I got to give you a high five. Because listen,
1,000 out of
everybody wanted on the record.
Out of respect for and my girl one with now Titi.
That's back in the day.
I wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying no, because you know what I'm saying. Just as gentlemen, we don't kiss and tell. You know what I'm saying? We don't kiss and tell as gentlemen. You know what I'm saying?
It was just a rumor on the street.
There's a rumor.
There's a lot of people.
I can't believe you said that shit.
No, listen.
What the fuck?
There's a lot of people who like wanted to do records or. But there's a rumor that you actually were both of them. I think people should make some noise for that. Make some noise. Even if it's just a rumor, fuck yeah. Spread the rumors, spread the rumor. It's back in the days before you met your wife. It's back in the days.
Listen.
No?
Listen.
Because I'm going straight. Take another shot. Take another shot. Salud.
Oh man. You yeah.
You told me you wanted to do this. I didn't know if you made from that angle, but sorry. I'm a media guy now. Like roles is reversed. The roles is reversed. First, Dave and Z, used to hit me with his interviews, and guess what? I'm hitting you off for interviews.
Man.
So,
but you know what the two be.
You still didn't answer the question.
No, but you know what it be about? Honestly, it's about relationships. It's about relationships with everybody in this business. Dave would
so who you would say is better?
Hell yeah.
Tell him, Dave.
Yeah,
so who would you say is better? Hold on, it's not Dave.
He's gonna sit there and say shit.
So who would you say is better?
Rapping? Rapping?
Whichever way you want to answer it.
Listen, I'm be honest with you.
We had
both of them are really the best ever doing
now. It's gonna come a time you gotta save
what you saying?
Dave's saving it. Dave's saving it.
No.
No.
So you gonna dodge the question? You plead the fifth?
Nothing.
All right, look, we gonna play a game.
He trying to hip hop.
We gonna play a game. No.
I know a lot of people in hip hop.
No, hold on. This is what we're gonna do, Zeno.
That was bullshit.
We're gonna play a game. If you don't want to answer the question,
okay,
you're gonna take a shot. Right? All right, but I gotta pour the shot.
What you mean?
That's the way you gotta go.
What you mean?
I'm gonna ask you a certain random questions. If you don't want to ask, this is Drink Champs.
Okay, but hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, no. Oh, we have to compromise that.
Wait.
No.
Okay.
Let the shots be pre-poured and we agree on
pre-poured.
the shots.
I agree on that.
Yeah.
Pre-poured.
It's not gonna let you pour the shot.
Okay.
We be dancing out this motherfucker. That's all right. That's a shot.
Damn!
You're my friend. Let me get away with a little bit. So, which one is better?
Oh no! I'm gonna tell you which one's better. They both incredible lyricists.
Great way to answer.
They
Great way to answer.
incredible lyricists.
That's how a gentleman answers. Make some noise.
They both
They were never in
That's what I'm
this.
saying.
A little bit?
Man,
a
listen,
little bit,
listen, man.
Maybe?
Listen, man.
5 mics. How did that 5 mics happen?
I'm a very private person when it comes to any type of situation like that.
Was album worth 5 mics, you think? In your opinion?
She didn't get 5.
Yeah.
I thought she got 4.5.
No, I think she got 5.
Yeah,
She got 5?
She got 5.
Yeah, she got 5.
Okay, so
Yeah,
then,
she got 5.
you know what?
I forget what the name of that album.
Sweating a little bit.
No, because
I don't know. I know she got 5.
Not at all.
Am I?
Do you think she should have got 5? I drink. Go ahead. If you ain't gonna
No, I don't
drink,
think Hennessy.
nigga, I'm answering you the question.
I actually.
Do
I'm
you
just
think
asking,
she should have?
I'm a media guy.
Well, I'm gonna ask you.
Yo, why you pulling up on me like that? Pulling up on Big Ross and Trick Daddy like that? Respect on my name.
He's on our block.
Yo, I'm fucking with you, Steve. Listen, we don't care. But, all right, we're gonna play this game now. We're gonna play
Okay,
this
let's
game.
go.
We heard through the grapevine.
Right.
At one point,
Yes.
you was in love with
What the fuck?
This is a love and hip hop.
I thought we were talking about.
I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm going back to hip hop. I just want to see if you're gonna take the shot or not. And I'm moving on from here. I'm gonna see if you take the shot or not.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna see if you take the shot or not.
Yo, first of all, this isn't about relationships. This isn't about this.
And we don't know what it's
I
about.
watch all your podcasts. You ain't ask none of them niggas. None of this. The fuck? I'm the nigga.
Let you finish.
The fuck? Nah.
With all due respect,
Oh, man,
none of them
hell
niggas
no.
got the reputation
No.
you got. Yo,
I
you're a
love
sex
out there.
symbol.
I love out there.
No,
that's why
that's
I love. And I'm
in
gonna
the
drink to
future.
that. I love you.
Or you
I
drinking
love you out
to- or
there.
you drink-
I love
are you
out
drinking-
there, out there.
Take the whole shot. I want to see it.
Bomb.
Take the whole shot.
Oh, it's going down. It's going down.
So you was. High five. I love it. You got a good hit list, man. Come over here. When you're hit list, you gotta brag. Like it's been a past. It's in the
One of our
past.
guests already.
It's in the past. Let's come on.
It's all on your hit list.
No.
It's all your fucking hit list.
My hit list is short, man. My hit list is short.
Hey.
My hit list is short. Let's make some noise. Yeah, thank you for being a good sport, man. You know I'm fucking with you. Dave even looking at me like, nah, we premeditated this. I'm sorry. But listen, so let's get back to right now we got the #1 podcast right now.
Shit.
Our #1 enemy. His name. I don't want to call him an enemy, but he's
going in another direction
He's liable
now.
to go somewhere. So listen.
Yo, I'm still shook up from the last segment, yo. I'm fucked up. Like,
It's okay.
no,
These are all rumors. This is all rumors. Now, listen, in the Drink Champs, none of the stories are actual factual.
I'm nice.
Because we're actually.
Where my Hennessy at?
Drunk facts. Drunk facts
You
don't
want me to pour you
count.
another shot?
No, it's my bottle.
You want me to give you another hard question or no? No. Let's keep it back
That's
to hip-hop.
on me right there.
So one of our direct competition people is a guy named Elliot Wilson.
That was our son.
He was employed by you guys.
Our son.
Correct? Where did he work for y'all at?
That was our son.
Okay. You want to take?
That was our fucking son.
Go ahead.
Yo,
Now you want to
Dave.
talk? Let's go.
Exactly.
Okay. So what happened? Let's break it down.
He was a music editor. We hired him.
editor.
He
When did we adopt him?
Like,
So what y'all say y'all put him
90
on?
When did we adopt him?
Did y'all say y'all put him on?
oh, no
When did we
question.
adopt
gave him
him?
a
Let's make
nice
some
little-
noise for the people who put Elliot Wilson on. Okay. So
Gave him a nice little
He was a
situation.
good guy, too.
Alright.
He was a cool guy.
I heard you spit in his face. Is that
No. This was after. This was way after.
David's looking at me
he was
like,
editor
I don't know who N.O.R.E. is.
He was a music editor. He was never there.
And what year is
He was
What
assistant
year?
music editor.
This was probably like 96, 97, 98.
He used to go get
around like
the Phillies and the Dutch.
Nah, don't say that, because we're going to ruin
So
this.
it's after
Don't say
Carlito.
that.
Word.
He was
Word.
the running boy.
Carlito.
I remember a few times we used to go get our lunch. Yes.
The lunch?
The lunch.
What was you ordering back then? Let me see.
Probably like some wings and some other
Selwyn.
shit. Whatever. But he used to get the lunch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, right? He was like, what?
Yeah.
He was...
Lunch meat.
He was
No, I mean, he was, he was the kid.
It's our label mate. Our podcast label mate.
Okay.
he was there for 6 years.
6 years.
About four,
So
maybe
you,
about
so
4.
you guys put him on. You feel
Groomed him.
You taught him the editorial.
Everything he knows.
Oh wow.
Everything he's seen at the source, he brought over there to XXL. Which, by the way, Harris just went under Harris Publications. So,
Are we gonna make some noise for that?
no, let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because remember, it was always them against us, and now since we're Hip Hop Weekly, we actually outlasted Harris Publications.
So are we gonna make some noise
That's
for that?
big, yo. Yeah, that's big. Because after we lost the source, they thought it was over for us. You feel me? We was
So let
banished.
me get to a
from
question, and we're gonna get back to Elliot because it's great for us.
Right.
But the new source. Have you ever bought a new source and just looked through it? Not just like this recently.
No, I would never.
Are y'all
I would
feeling
never
it?
buy a new
But
source.
will you never buy it because it was once your company, or will you never buy it because their content is just not
Both
up to date right now? Okay.
Both.
Okay.
Check. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't our shit no more. 18 years, a lot of things went through us with that. A lot of good, bad, and ugly. So
And y'all was cool with Londell Manila, right?
it
What's
was
his
cool
name?
with everybody.
He-
Everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
was
was our
cool.
lawyer. I
He
brought
was
him in.
your lawyer.
Yeah, I brought
Everybody
him in.
was our lawyer back then. Everybody was on our
Reggie
payroll.
Osayas was your lawyer?
Man, we had
Was that it?
man. It was so many. We worked with so many motherfuckers. It was crazy.
So are you trying to say
Broke bread
that
with a
he
lot of
did
people.
something like under table, like he was your lawyer, so he knew something?
No, he just jumped in on something.
He just wanted to be us. You see, a lot of these motherfuckers thought that once they know it's the
We've been waiting
truth. It's
for
the
it.
truth.
Let's
It's
go.
the truth. Like
Okay.
when Black Enterprise took the magazine. Look at.
Oh, yeah.
Look at. Let me tell y'all a secret, right? Me and Dave went to Bob Johnson, right? Right before
Wait, hold on. You
Bob
gotta
Johnson.
our viewers are dumb. That's the guy who used to own BET.
On BET before he sold BET for $3 billion.
Let's make some noise for him selling BET for $3 billion. God damn it.
Right.
Even if you're going through a foul story, he still sold it for $3 billion.
All right. He also, I think he used to own the Charlotte Hornets. He's the one that sold the Hornets to
To Jordan?
Right. He had
Oh,
some to
no,
the
not
Panthers.
Jordan.
Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So long story short, we was in the whole 30 million, like with a bank loan. So Bob.
Which means you had to at least make 60, 70 million to be in the
Bob
whole
wanted Bob. Oh no.
Let's make some noise for y'all niggas killing the game.
Oh no. We was.
I'm sorry, I gotta big y'all up. We gonna add horns. Come on, go ahead.
It was those days was crazy.
So y'all was in a hole and he kind of
I'm
like
saying
backdoored?
he wanted to buy the magazine straight out.
For y'all directly?
So we flew to his office, me and Dave.
And what was his office? LA or New York?
It was at this time it was
DC.
DC,
Still
wow.
BT, yeah.
Oh yeah, BT.
Londell?
DC.
No,
this is
Bob Johnson.
Oh, Bob Johnson. I'm bugging.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we wanted
Londell wasn't in the picture.
we wanted 80 million for it. We went and asked him for 80 million, and he came out and he came back. He said, "Well, I'll write you a $55 million check today." And we was looking back, said, Bob, give us some money. We went in the room, me and Dave, just us two. And we figured after like paying off the bank loan and taxes and everything else, we would end up with a few $1 million apiece. The whole thing about the source was, and I say that to say this, the whole thing about the source was that how dysfunctional, how you say, I always get dysfunctional as it may have seemed, the relationship between me and Dave and how it was kind of made the source what it was. Dave being from college, I'm being from the streets. It just came from two perspectives, and that's how we ran the magazine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, we didn't want to lose the source and then be like, okay, we're not still runners of it. Because we know how, it's almost like a car.
So that
You got a car,
was
you know
the
how that car
offer? That
runs.
offer was like, give you 55, but y'all not.
Y'all are gone.
Y'all gone.
Y'all are
Okay.
gone. And we just couldn't
And,
do it.
and how about you, Dave? You didn't like that as well?
No, we wanted to stay involved because we saw
Right.
bigger things.
Wow.
I mean, especially with the Source Awards, we did the Source All Access TV. I mean, we was doing major things. But the problem was, me and Dave wasn't with everybody. Like in New York, and that like up there, it's like a club of dudes that been in and out. You know that, N.O.R.E.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In those offices
Right.
up in New York, in the industry, it's the same people that just revolve from office to office to office because they all feel comfortable with each other. And God bless them because I've dealt with a lot of them. I've made a lot of money with them, so I have nothing bad to say about anything, but I just don't think that me and Dave was a part of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And by that meaning, you know, we had our own independent views. We didn't have to be politically correct. We didn't have to kiss no ass because it stopped up here. We didn't have to answer to nobody.
Right.
You know
and
what I'm
you
saying?
guys were like the first like major media company to invest in online media. I remember that early.
That's how we lost, though.
Oh wow.
That's ultimately how we lost. That's how we owed $130 million.
I thought that was a great.
No, that was what did us in.
What was the
That's
loss?
what did us
me.
in.
Tell them to be
Tell them
quiet.
That was
Okay.
me just investing early when the .com came out, when it was all that going
Right.
crazy with that. That's when I
The
went and took
mid-90s.
out a
And then
big.
it crashed after that.
I bet the magazine
Right.
on the internet and went out and borrowed $10-15 million and started doing
This was
all
like
kind of
6-7
stuff.
years before the World Stars
All
and
that
all
was
that.
gone.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? It was just too
Oh,
early.
the bank.
It just, nobody understood
That's
it.
when the
We was way
company-
ahead of our time. Timing's everything.
But
Right.
Dave, it gotta feel crazy now for you to know that you had the vision for what, because if by you investing all that money, you actually seen where it's gonna be now. So it gotta feel crazy that maybe it didn't work, but your idea was 100% correct. You know that, right?
I mean, we'll see. We'll see where we
High
go
five,
from
Dave.
here.
Come on,
you know?
man. We're gonna bring you out. We're gonna bring
But
you
that's
out.
real, though. It was him,
Right. He
Steve Stoute,
he
and
was
Ed
right.
Young, and they invested. He asked me, and I was like, I don't know nothing about that shit.
Okay.
I don't know nothing about computers, none of
Yeah.
that. Fuck all that. It just, I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't
So
even wanna
Steve
do it.
Stoute was y'all cool with Steve Stoute? Everything
I mean,
was
you know
good?
what I'm saying? Steve is like somebody that we've always had that love-hate thing with. You know what I'm saying? It's like we've got money with him, too. We broke bread with him. But then Steve has another side of him that is about that, again, like that crew. You know, I call it that crew. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean by that crew?
I mean, like, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, at the end of the
The
day,
other side.
the other side.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like there's a few sides. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I say. I just think that me and Dave was too a little bit rough under the edges for him. We wasn't status quo.
Right.
And the source was getting money like we
I'm
was
the
getting
one that
25.
introduced Steve to the whole advertising business. Peter Arnell, that was his first partner in the advertising business. When I met Steve, he was, working with Kid and Play, like carrying records.
Let's make some noise for
Kid
Steve.
and Play.
Kid and Play. Hey, putting them on to the real advertising.
I mean,
See, in this industry, a lot of people, we don't get our props when we do the right thing. So we're going to get to the bottom of these stories. So you're the guy who introduced him to the advertisement firm that he started working with. And they started doing the Reebok thing and all that.
absolutely.
That
He
is great.
he was working up at RCA Records. He was an A&R up there for a little while.
He gave us a deal.
Gave a deal
Oh, yeah, I got a
for
deal with
Almighty
Steve.
RSO.
He gave us a deal.
Yeah.
He used to give me budgets for videos. You know what I'm saying? I was getting money. He had like budgets to do videos. He'll take these 15 stacks. I go do the video for like 5 stacks. You know what I'm saying? Put 10. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time some shit happened. I got locked up. And I had spent all the money. He came to Boston. He was like, yo. And it was for this white artist named Bass Blaster out of Connecticut. Yo.
We never heard of him, but hey.
Yo, it was for, they
Signed
signed him
to
on
RCA
RCA. You remember him, friend?
Oh, word?
Yeah, yo. They gave me 15
You remember
grand.
or you just now?
No, it's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Bass Blaster. This was like one of the first. Cause Steve been trying to do this white rapping thing for,
What, you want me to
a
put the
minute.
vinyl on Instagram?
No, like Steve had visions of this, of a white crossover rapper.
Wow.
He was the first one to really have visions of this.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure other people had it in their mind. Of course, when Vanilla Ice came up, but I'm saying as far as Steve, he was seeing it from a marketing standpoint of, look, these kids out here, these white kids, we can give them someone of their own. And I always felt like, no, that's the opposite of what hip hop is. So the white kids are coming to the hoods because they love the music. It has nothing to do with the race. You can't make it race, because when you make it race, that's when it gets all screwed up.
So interesting thing, we had Mint Bleak on here recently, right? And Mint Bleak said we spoke
Shout out
about
to Bleak, no
shout out
doubt.
to Bleak.
Yup, fucking
we
right.
spoke about the Rockefeller breakup, right? And all the employees of how like every successful team now has a Rockefeller employee that's a part of their team, whoever it be.
Right.
Do you guys got to feel the same way? Like, I mean, how many people came from the source?
Oh,
Elliot
man.
Wilson,
A whole bunch.
Miss Info.
Riggs.
What did Miss Info
Riggs
work for you
Morales.
guys?
Riggs Morales.
Riggs
She was an intern.
Morales. Isn't he like?
Who's the guy on CNN? It's like this. We can
You
go
got a guy on
on.
CNN.
I mean, no, we can go on.
Hold on, I didn't know that part. What you have? You got a guy who worked at the source.
No,
The
not
other
Torre.
dude, Torre. Torre came through the source.
Okay, there's a lot of Torres. Which one?
Mike Elliott, who directed Love and Basketball and all that.
You just put on Elliott.
Source, yeah, Mike Elliott started with us.
Elliott Wilson.
Elliott Wilson, Elliott Wilson, that's his name. Elliott Wilson, Mike Elliott. No, it's Mike Elliott.
Wait, Mike Elliott?
Mike Elliott directed
Love and Basketball.
Mike Elliott directed Love and Basketball and a few other movies and shit.
Brown Sugar.
So Omar Epps, right?
Huh?
Because I'm so fucked up with Love and Hip Hop and Love and
He was,
Basketball.
those were his movies.
Mike Epps.
So you feel me? So look, so it's like a lot of people came through them offices.
A lot of people came through the sources.
Tyson Beckford, we discovered him.
Tyson Beckford, y'all discovered the source?
The Boondocks.
He was the first.
Discovered
Yeah, the Boondocks cartoon started the source.
Definitely, I remember that.
No.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Come on,
How
man.
did that happen? How did that happen?
D?
Well, he was doing it in the University of Maryland newspaper. When I went home to D.C., I had I think my mom gave me the newspaper. I seen the comic in there. Boondocks. I said, boom, this is dope. Let's
Put it right in. I remember the first time we came in.
So you put it in the source?
Yeah, it was a cartoon strip.
It's a cartoon strip in the source. It's the only cartoon strip in the source.
Like in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Think about all the graffiti the source introduced. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers never like honestly, niggas wasn't
Like,
fucking.
you know what the crazy shit about
Source kept
myself?
graffiti going for
When
a long
I told
time.
all my friends, I was like, yo, you know, I got Benzino and Dave Mays. Like, people were sitting there like, you know how much I used to read the back. And, like, they used to
I get
read
emotional.
every part of that. Like,
I get
when a
emotional.
person discovered that in jail, like the Source magazine, I got to commend you guys because there's never been a magazine that's been that credible. People don't listen to people right now. Like, a person can do another, there's plenty of magazines to try to bite your mic rating system. It never worked, man. How proud of y'all of that? You know what I mean?
I mean, Dave can feel that. You know, like you know what I mean?
I can feel that with you, Dave. Go ahead.
I mean, we was there
Certain
first,
things,
you know, and we did it the
Right.
right way, you know. I mean, you know, we kept it street, kept it real, kept it hip hop. You know what I mean? And
Right.
and it was a beautiful thing. We didn't answer to nobody. We owned and controlled our own thing. We wasn't, you know, we was out of all the entrepreneurs. You go back and look at the history. Russell Simmons, on everybody down, they all had major corporation partners backing them. You know, ours was
So you
done
guys was
completely
independent.
Rolo Dolo.
completely
Oh.
independently. So it wasn't until the .com, that's when, you know, I lost control of it because I bet everything on the .com, and that's
But
when
you were right. You were just like
Ahead of his time.
You was ahead. How can y'all that's crazy that you gotta be punished for being
And then
smarter than
imagine
everybody
this.
else.
Then imagine this. Then
That's
it ends
crazy.
up that the internet is killing print magazine.
Yeah.
So you
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Crazy.
He knew it though.
He's seen it.
He knew it. Like
seen it.
I know he's a genie.
He's seen it.
Next time he say something, you gotta just listen. You just gotta give him 2 years on it.
I mean, look, you know,
You
it
know what I'm
happens.
saying?
It happens, but you know, but you can't worry about that shit. Like,
So let's get to the source.
you got to
Awards.
keep going. You know what
Let's
I'm
get
saying?
to the Source Awards. Whose idea was it, and why did everybody get shot or robbed there?
nobody ever got
You
shot.
had a good
there.
performance at the
Talking
Source
I had a
Awards.
couple of good performances.
All right, come on now.
I just never won a
Source
Source
Award
Award.
was
But we'll get to that later. You still my brother. I never won a Source Award. But listen, at this time when you were hot, you had to be at the Source. How did y'all guys come up with that idea? Like, how does a magazine company figure we'll do
Started in the magazine.
awards?
I mean, the whole
It started in the magazine first.
Yeah, the whole
What
thing.
award?
The awards was in the
Did they
magazine.
start from the
the
hip hop
the
quotable?
whole thing with the Source was to be a voice for the culture. You know what I mean, so as we're being a voice for the culture, we're seeing that hip hop isn't being recognized. In fact, it's being, you know, disrespected
Right.
at award shows, the Grammys, things like that had hip hop categories in the late 1980s. Everything they were doing was just,
wrong.
you know, disrespectful. So, you know, it was natural for us to want to come up with a forum to be able to
Right.
recognize, you know, the real stuff that was going on. So that was
Right.
my whole idea.
Now,
So the
we'll-
first thing was to bring it to MTV, and Yo MTV Raps. We did it as a day on Yo MTV Raps, where we gave out the Source Awards.
That's how it started?
That was the very first
With
one,
Ed Lover.
1991, with Ed Lover and Dr. Dre.
You guys gotta stop moving back there. Okay, listen. You guys are fucking up this shit. You gotta stop moving, please. You're moving and snoring. Smack the nigga that's snoring, please. And come over here, man. Be a part of the
Who's
conversation.
snoring?
So listen, this is what I want to ask. That Suge Knight Day.
Woo!
Well, that wasn't the first Source Awards.
That was big.
No way.
No.
Right? What was that? The second or third?
Remember, Bernie Mac hosted the first one. Imagine that.
Wow.
R.I.P. Bernie Mac.
that's the
Yeah,
second
man.
one.
Bernie Mac hosted
So
the
it was the
first
second one?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It was at the Paramount Theater
In New York.
In New York.
So
You
what was
know
the
what I'm
first one? The first one was in New York
Right
too?
there.
Same
there.
thing.
Okay.
At Paramount.
So How did that moment sit
When
in?
the whole Wu-Tang Clan came out, ODB, like we got videotapes of all these shits right there. We had to do a Best of the Source Awards, and I had to edit out all of them. So we had to combine all the shit, and man, just sitting there editing and seeing all these groups. The biggest thing with me, because I come from group and hip hop, and regardless of anything, I love hip hop.
Tell them. Let's make some noise for that. Let's make some noise for that.
I mean, honestly, like for real, I was a DJ.
Wait,
the whole
you was
block
a DJ?
party. Yeah, Rock, Shock, and Ray Dog.
That was your name?
Rock, Shock, and Ray Dog.
That's hard.
Yeah,
You
know what
should
I'm
go back to that name. That name is hard.
Yeah, but for real, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, like that's the essence of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? DJ spinning for the motherfuckers, spitting.
But this Source Awards, where Suge Knight, he was in New York City. Did you know that was probably the minute where the East Coast, West Coast beef? Not say it sparked, but that was the time it came on national front. Like we had always heard that there's been some beef brewing, but when Suge came there, it was
timing. That was just timing.
But was you guys aware of that?
Of course, but it was timing. It was
aware he was going to save?
No. It was going to be tension. We was aware something could have popped off.
Right, because you had heard the beef or whatever.
Yeah, and we didn't have, what's crazy about that particular one, like we've had, the later ones, we've had more tighter security. A lot of times with the Nation of Islam, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Nation of Islam, Mr. Farrakhan, because we've always dealt with security, they've always handled it. But back then, we really didn't have a lot of security at that one. So if something was gonna jump off, when all that shit was saying, when Suge was saying all that and everything, that would have been the one to pop off because there wasn't a gang of security up there.
Now when the Source Awards,
we were just lucky nothing happened.
When
crazy.
Tupac came on,
that was the first one.
That was the first.
That was the year before.
That was the first.
We did Out on Bail and just snap.
So what happened? Tupac snatched Tribe Called Quest Mike?
So Tribe's getting an award. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
While he's getting an award, Parkinham's already setting up wherever the sound man is, bringing him to
Now, was that a mistake or that was done
We
on
knew
purpose?
nothing about this,
Okay,
my nigga.
all right, put me on.
We knew
Let's
nothing
go.
about
Let's
this,
go.
my nigga. So that man went to the sound man and told the nigga, yo, you're gonna put this in there, the Out on Bail song, the Dat Man or whatever. So they had him all, nobody knew that. They just went to just had him hostage.
Oh, you talking about pocketing him?
Yeah.
Pocketing him.
They came about 12, 13, 14 deep. Couple niggas went right to the sound man. We never knew this. This is, you know what I'm saying? I seen Big Sight. And later on, he told me the whole shit. So, but from my viewpoint when I was there, I just remember him going up there, and then he grabbed, because I was kind of backstage, and I remember I was back there with Total, and then he just went up there and just, Q-Tip was saying his speech, and just grabbed the shit, said, yo, throw that shit out on bail, and all them niggas started just.
And the music did come on.
And my music came on. He ripped that shit. And I remember backstage, with
Q-Tip?
them niggas came back. One of them, Chris Lighty, them niggas was one of them niggas was crying, really upset. You
don't remember which
one? It's not God Rest the Dead Fife, the other one.
God Bless the Dead Fife.
There was two more.
Jerobi.
Not Jerobi, the other one.
Ali Shaheed?
He was just upset, kicking over shit, just mad as shit.
Because they was gonna perform or they was presenting an award?
But this was their big award, you know what I'm saying?
They was accepting
They was accepting their award, they just got it.
Kind of crazy.
And he just went up there and just see, all right, let me get that. And
You know, as wild as the Source Awards was, and as wild as
Biggie was in the audience though.
Biggie at that first show.
Yeah, was when that happened.
Let's make some noise for Biggie being in the audience. So as wild as the Source Awards was, and as monumental, there's never been somebody on that aspect. Nobody has ever been able to duplicate.
No.
The Source Awards in a hip hop version. No. I have never seen an award show. I don't give a fuck what happened in backstage. You guys held it together in an award show.
Because it was an amount of respect for the magazine and really for the relation. Like I told you, the relationships. It's hard dealing with artists and when they get mics and when they, you know what I'm saying? Because again, I would have nothing to do with it, and motherfuckers could be mad at me because they didn't get the. Whatever.
Sorry. Sorry, go ahead.
So, anyways,
we just made great shows. I mean, those shows were some great shows.
But it was the real niggas, though.
I'm gonna be honest. You guys are my friends. You guys are my brothers. You guys are my family. But I'm not saying that because of this. I sit back and I watch award shows, and just so happens there has never been an award show presented as dope as the Source Awards.
I appreciate that.
Like, I'm just keeping it honest with you. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, do you think it can ever be done, or do you think that you guys should do an award show?
We had the blueprint. We had the blueprint.
You still got the blueprint. You ain't give it to nobody.
No, what I'm saying as far as like we started the blueprint, all right?
Right.
As far as giving great shows for artists that probably wouldn't get the same type of coverage in other award shows.
Right.
Once Dave cleared it with the networks to get on because remember it was on BET, UPN 33.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dave got it all over the place on major networks, on cable networks. The Source Awards for remember this was just.
Y'all even had a Source TV show, right?
The All Access.
2 of them. 2 different shows.
And the Source Sound Lab with 2 times on Saturday. Saturday afternoon, 12 o'clock. We gave Ray J his first TV show. Ray J was the first host. First time on TV was through us. Shout out to Ray J. That's our guy.
Ray J did hit it first.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's make some noise for Ray J. So what do you guys think of these award shows now? Like, do you think these guys should hire you like as a consultant at least? Like,
Don't lie.
Keep it real.
Don't lie. Yeah, keep it 1,000, my nigga.
I mean,
fuck
should they? Yeah, they should.
Hell
but are they going
shit.
to?
But you
We're gonna
can't
try to get
replicate
our
that
own,
era either.
No, you can.
It's an era.
You
thing,
can.
too.
No. The problem is motherfuckers is scared to fuck with the real shit. That's always been the problem.
Right.
It's always the inability if we can't control certain motherfuckers and they crews. Cause it ain't easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but there's a way that you deal with motherfuckers. We all know that. We all come from the street. We all know how to deal with everybody. You know what I'm saying? But there's other people who can't deal like that.
They don't have that respect.
They don't have
Mutual
that
respect.
I think they don't even give it a chance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They already assume it's gonna be some crazy shit, not knowing this is gonna be the shit.
They wouldn't even try.
Right.
The J-Rock, you was snoring
That was
up
the only
crazy.
way we would do
This is you, J-Rock. QB's finest snorer.
We never made a commercial in like political. We just put the hottest street niggas on. Like didn't give a fuck what it was, all over the place. And like when you go back and look at them shows will go down in history as like what American Bandstand is gonna be for rock. Cause those shows right there, all the Source Awards, it'll never be like that again. Not like that. Not only that though, but the most iconic groups were together. You know what I'm saying? You and Capone doing.
How about Pun? Did you ever? He said, and jerk me like the Source.
Yeah, that was crazy, yo.
What did y'all think about that?
Yeah, that was fucked.
Y'all jerked me too at the same Source Awards.
How do you think you got? Who was you up against? Tell me who you up
Silk the
against.
Shaka won, man.
No.
Yeah, Silk the Shaka. Yeah, take your glasses off. Look at me in my eye. Look at me in my eye. Look at me in my eye. Take your glasses off.
Yo, this is the situation, right?
Yeah. Silk the Shaka beat me and Big Punisher at the Source Awards.
Shout to Silk the Shaka, shout to Magzine. That whole movement. Listen, at the end of the day, he was high himself. Like Silk was big.
But I'm petty.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not hating, but I'm petty.
Of course, because you didn't understand that. I can understand. That would be. I'd probably be petty too. But who else was up? You, Silk. Who else?
I just remember Silk beating us. I don't remember. It was like, I don't know. Man.
That's what made the Source great was that we could,
Silk the Shaka was definitely internationally more popular than me and Punch at that time. I won't hate, but I got love. I got love for Silk the Shaka, but
the Source
we were like,
showed.
Did you think he was gonna win? Did you think he was gonna win?
Hell yeah, I thought I was gonna win. I'm gonna keep it real.
For real.
Pun was in front of me. Daz, because it was I think Corrupt dropped the album. I think Daz and Corrupt was there that day. And we all looked at each other like, yo, what's up? They're like, yeah, one of us is going up. So the shot was all the way on the other side. That nigga jumped up. I was like, oh, no disrespect. But I was like, oh, no, the Silk nigga won. And yeah, and then Pun made that rhyme. Like, did you?
What did Pun say when y'all lost?
He said.
No. What did Pun say when y'all lost? What did he say?
No, none of us said nothing to each other. We was just like, this, they pay. No limit is rich. It was like, no limit is rich. You know what I'm saying? For real. Hey, I still haven't got over it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I wanted the Source Award. But that's, why? I think that you guys were so great. You guys were doing, it's just like, us doing this episode. Sometimes we might not know how great it is, but there's so many people that are young people, like, when we got our viewers back and when, people said, we were doing like 400,000 and we were expecting people to say the viewers, they're saying 16 to 24, which lets people know that if people want to go back and research these things, you know what I'm saying? So, Yo, you guys doing the most legendary awards. You guys had the most legendary magazine. Now you guys got Hip Hop Weekly. Like, how did that come about? Because it's like, what is that? Like, I don't want to say gossip because that like downplays it, or is it a gossip?
I mean, well, you know, after being indicted by the feds, going bankrupt, losing everything, motherfucker had to start thinking about the future and what else that he knows and his expertise at. We knew that we was Magzine, man.
Right.
We knew that if we still fucked with each other, we had a chance.
Right.
We still had the same connection. Dave still had the same distribution.
So
path.
was there ever a time when you guys had that, the moment, like I see you just brought up the feds, but like, when you guys said, man, maybe we should separate.
After being sued for sexual harassment, I mean,
wait, you got sued for sexual harassment?
Yeah,
let's get into it.
Come on, you remember what happened?
Kim Ozario?
We really supposed to talk about it, right?
Okay, all right. No.
I don't know.
Is it 7 years? Is it 7 years?
Yeah.
Is it 7 years past?
It was some crazy. That shit was crazy. We sitting in the federal building, they talking about
but this is
a nigga's nuts in the federal court down there. Yeah, like
it was crazy.
That was crazy.
Right.
Crazy.
All right. So hold on. Nuts never got mentioned on this podcast before. It's a little different. But so we can't talk about the sexual harassment.
I mean, you know that like within the source, it was my decision to give Kim to be the first woman editor in chief of the magazine. It was my idea. She had been working there 5 years. I kind of like looked beside the woman-man thing and just seen that she was qualified.
Right.
She was a hell of a writer.
Right.
Against popular demand. Like this was like unpopular choice for me to do this. I was looking over people, and so I did it. You know what I'm saying? And man, we went on and we had.
Oh my God, who poured me that drink? There's no more pineapple? Oh my God. Yeah, sorry. I'm about to die in the podcast. You be the most legendary guest. I'm like,
No. We got first.
But
No. So I mean, basically, it was just a situation where I'd never seen anything like it. You know.
Right.
But what I've noticed in business, like I've learned being a part of business, because again, I was a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? Selling drugs. Right. And you know, I learned business in magazine through Dave. All right.
Let's make some noise for Dave for doing
what I'm saying?
Thank you, Dave. Yo, clap your fucking hands, man. Come on, man. Niggas is dead. They've been filming our food show for 3 days. Man.
But
every day in the sun.
But it was like a long time before I even see money from the source. From when the source was made. It was years. Like,
'cause I heard the source actually started from like a pamphlet, right?
Newsletter, right?
Yeah, one
newsletter.
page. Little one page
How the fuck
newsletter.
do you take a newsletter to a $30 million company?
Oh,
I need to be your friend.
30
Dave,
million.
man.
it's almost $100 million company.
Okay, let's make some noise for me.
You know?
I'm worth $100 million. Goddamn, come on, everybody! I know niggas worth $100 million, man. Come on, let's do it. So that's crazy, man. And now, so many people came from there. Are there people that? Because I heard there was
XXL bit. You want to talk about that?
No, XXL directly
artists,
bitches.
Biggie,
Right.
Common. I mean,
My
you
unsigned
guys,
hype.
I mean,
Unsigned
Hype.
Mobb
I was
Deep.
in
All the
unsigned hype.
legends.
Eminem was in unsigned hype. Who else you said? Mobb Deep was in unsigned.
DMX.
DMX was in
Biggie.
unsigned hype. Biggie was in unsigned hype. Now, what? Here you guys go. You guys finally make it. You got a magazine that's popping. Why did you even think about putting on the guys that nobody cared about? Like when I was in unsigned hype, nobody cared about me. But yet and still, you guys had the foresight to see that and put that on. Whose idea was that?
I mean, Maddie C. Maddie.
Yeah, Maddie was a big
C.
part of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
As far
And
as
wasn't
Unsigned
Maddie C the guy who helped discover Biggie as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's make some noise for Maddie C.
Yeah.
Wherever you at, Maddie C.
And Riggs too, right? Riggs was a big part of that. As well.
Oh yeah,
Riggs came in later on.
Later on, but the original was like Maddie. I mean, honestly, like to be honest, everybody that contributed to the source is a part of the success of the source. Throughout all the chaos and everything, you can't take away one's work. You know what I'm saying? One's body of work, and there was a lot of them, and it was from young people who really lived and truly what they
Cared
thought
about the culture.
and understood and cared about hip hop.
Right.
I just think that, in my opinion, like, you know, as the culture grew and it kind of like, it was at one point, then all of a sudden it started kind of branching off in its own form in different places. Right. That's when it was harder to keep things together, you know what I'm saying?
Jada Kiss said something on our podcast. He said hip hop is the only genre of music that has a South version, that has an East Coast version, or
Right.
a West Coast version.
Right.
There's
But
no
we did
West,
that.
There's no West Coast.
But niggas did that.
Yeah, but where do you think that started from?
Because of gangs.
The boroughs,
and
like it's
gangs.
it's like
and, you know what I'm saying? Gangs.
like when a person say I'm from Boston,
Yeah, like,
they say I'm from Roxbury, I'm from Dorchester.
Right. But then,
So
but it's funny because you could say that like if you in New York, you could be like, yeah, well I'm from Queensbridge, I'm from Left Rack. But then if you go out of town, nigga, I'm from New York. Well, I'm from motherfucking so I'm from LA. You know? So it turns from street to city. To you know, if you go out the country, nigga, I'm from the United States.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just really, it's you trying to, it's us trying to rep something so hard that we gonna give our lives for it.
Right.
Sometimes it don't be the right thing.
It don't
You know what I'm
be the
saying?
right thing.
You know.
So you guys stuck together, man. You guys had beef with Dr. Dre.
Nah.
Not like that. Let me just finish.
No, but let me clear that up.
You guys went against.
Let me clear that up.
Let's clear it up.
Let me clear that up.
Great place to clear it up.
Within the whole Eminem thing, let's just get it. Dr. Dre is probably one of my heroes, like motivators, legends. I mean, influences, everything to do with hip hop. A lot of it, you know what I'm saying. Other than New York is where I got my hip hop from. But Dr. Dre had so much influence from his production and just from the groups that he produced and me with my love of West Coast hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because I loved it all. It was the situation, there was never beef with him. And it necessarily wasn't a beef with Eminem.
Right. Do you ever just regret it, just like sitting
Nah, for what?
Okay.
Like, for what? It hasn't really changed my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't look back. I mean, I know maybe in a way people could look at it as it has, but it really hasn't. Like, I'm a hustler nigga that sold crack and drugs from a corner and came from the projects. So anything better than that is all right with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I'm not no nigga that's like, I've had millions, I've had nothing and everything in between, and I'm still Zeno, been the same nigga.
All right, let's make some noise for that guy. But so back in the days, you guys, like, if you was against the source, you was against the source. But you guys, like, you was the first people who was to stand up against corporations. We heard rumors of Jimmy Iovine offer you guys deals.
I mean, that was the whole Eminem beef.
Oh, that was a part with the
Because of the
Eminem
beef.
beef. Oh,
You know
I was confused.
That was the situation. Really, the whole thing with that was like, I just felt like with MTV
You
crossing
guys had
over.
the source at the Def Jam, right? The source. You guys, like, if for y'all, didn't you have the source like compilation and it came out on Def Jam?
Yeah, with Leo
like
and those days.
that like.
That's the first time I ever seen a $4.5 million check. Like,
Let's make some noise for that. Goddamn, you lost the If somebody don't roll no weed, I'm about to smoke a cigarette. Fuck up the atmosphere.
Yeah, $4.5 million.
Somebody roll some weed.
Leo gave me $4.5 million.
That was
check.
before the Now compilations. We did the Source Hip Hop hits.
You got a $4.5.
I negotiated
for a
that.
compilation.
I negotiated that.
Okay. Did you pay the artist on that?
I negotiated. No, yeah. I just got paid.
You paid me.
I'm sure they did.
I was on one of them.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Hey,
you
man,
were.
you guys,
Yeah.
I don't know why you guys get a bad rap. Why is it? You know what it is? Before, I mean, the thing is, you guys were so powerful that it was easier to say you guys are bad guys than it is for people to try to get to know you. And what I mean by that is, if a person know that they shit is whack or they know that they can't get at you, it's easier for them to say, man, them source niggas is whatever. But the minute you get in front, you guys are hip-hop historians. You guys are great people. Like, why did you think you guys ever got the bad rap? What's going on?
Because we wasn't like, again, we wasn't just bowing down. You know, so we wasn't going along with.
You don't conform.
Yeah, conforming.
Conform. I don't know that word. 7 gay.
We wasn't going along with the go along.
Okay.
We was like the rebels, and you know, with me, it's looking like, you know, because that's how the feds came in. They thought I was straight. I got hit with all kinds of shit, money laundering and extortion, and they thought that I was the big drug dealer funding. And the problem with that was the same thing with Murder Inc. is that I don't think the people really understood how many millions of dollars legally we were bringing in.
Like the source was making.
See, they're thinking, or Murder Inc.
Right.
Ja sold 30 million units. That's a
fact.
lot of fucking money. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, everybody clap, everybody come on, Dave, come on.
Yeah, so they just underestimated how much legal money it was.
Right.
They thought it had to be some big unlegal operation because of all this money, but that's what it was. Right. Because they was looking at the tax situation. After the criminal broke down, I had to deal with the taxes. I took it to trial and ended up they found me not guilty. I was one of the few to be found not guilty. Of course I had to pay the fine. Yeah, one of the few
the first.
to beat a federal
and
tax
everybody
case.
caught taxes after that.
Took it to trial. Took it to trial.
And you stood on your ground and you
Stood
won.
on my
Let's
ground.
make some noise for you know running. Shout out to my man J Rock going to trial right now. He out here in Miami.
They had
J Rock, we love you.
So look, they had our accountant wired up and shit.
To meet you.
Wired up, yeah. You know what I'm saying? The
It worked at the source.
That Dave hired.
Wait up. Hold on. Let's rewind that. They hired an accountant
No,
to
Dave hired the accountant.
Yeah, but he didn't
They
know he was
approached
the
him
Fed.
to Dunkin' Donuts over the George Washington Bridge.
Oh, the feds approached the accountant that you hired.
And they asked him to wear a
My
wire.
accountant, my
Wear a
in-house.
wire. I was wearing a wire
At
for 3
Dunkin'
days.
Donuts, that
Let's
first
go
one
through the show.
on Route 4, the first Dunkin' Donuts,
Yeah,
he
I
says
know
he went in there, they sat with him, and they said, and he said the reason he did it because he thought it would be exciting to do.
What to
He
to
wore
be
wire
an
for like
informant?
6 months and shit.
Wait, tell me. I thought you were gonna say like 60 seconds. 6 months. So what was he doing coming around you and like just
Saying
leaning
that
his
he
shoulder
would be
up?
like,
hey,
yeah, he would try to hold conversations, and I'd be like, yo, check this out. I'd be like, my man, I don't even fucking know you, Dave. You know what I'm saying? We talk Patriots and Jets. New England Patriots and Jets. Other than that, I don't know you, so I don't talk to you about nothing.
But you knew he was.
I didn't know nothing.
You
I
had
just-
a feeling it was just wrong.
I just don't even be having these conversations with motherfuckers. We ain't talking sports or some other shit. Motherfucker, I'm not sitting there talking about taxes and all this other. What are you talking about, man? That's what the fuck you hired for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to Dave. He hired you. I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I went until the nigga came. When I was on trial, he came in. He couldn't even look at me. I'm looking at this nigga like, and it was always cool. I never did nothing to this motherfucker. I hardly know him. How long was he working there?
George worked there a good 5-6 years at least.
5 years, making like $150,000 a year.
And he
Like,
wore a wire.
and he wore a wire.
I was about to say make some noise for him.
Don't do
We
that.
gotta do something that's like the opposite of making some noise. We gotta. Damn, he wore wires.
That was whack.
Oh, that was whack.
See, a lot of people don't understand, right? Look I used to give people on the source like
Five mics?
fuck
Okay.
5 mics, real diamond source change for the girls and for the guys, the real diamond and ice from Jacob. Man, we spent so much money with Jacob, it wasn't
Yeah,
ridiculous,
I know,
man.
I know.
Like, we
Those
took
S
care of our people.
medallions.
You know what I'm saying? We took care. This is before all the fake diamond shit. This was the real, there wasn't no
For the
none of that.
moistenites.
For that, you know what I'm
Talk
saying?
about it.
Any ites. This was the real shit. And we were
Okay.
spending money taking care of niggas and like, I don't know what it was, man. It was always an uphill climb for motherfuckers to really try to, street niggas fuck with us, but it was like the industry motherfuckers wasn't too many fucking with
I
us.
knew you for so long. We lived in the same building, and I've never heard the story of a nigga wearing a wire.
Yeah.
This is my first time learning a lot.
It's crazy.
I'm learning a lot. You got a question, E?
I just thought, one thing though is that the first time I ever heard your name was in Carlito's Way's article. Carlito Way, that's what he called the article.
Oh, okay.
I gave Carlito that job straight out of jail.
And the first
you know
time
what I'm
that
saying?
I
Come
ever got
on now,
mentioned,
like
the source
for
was in
real,
Carlito's
like,
Way.
shit.
Wow.
Ask Carlito about Zeno.
Right.
As soon as he get out of jail, hire him. Because we need niggas like that out of jail. Like hire him.
Real talk.
I was the one to do the hip hop behind bars. That was my idea. You know what I'm saying?
So you hired Carlito fresh off
Out of jail, straight out of jail.
Yeah, I remember Carlito. Y'all
Straight
cool,
out of
right?
jail.
He's cool.
Yeah,
He's a
I'm
cool.
cool.
Great
Listen,
dude, great
hey,
dude.
look, I don't see. I mean, if they still holding grudges this long, like,
Right.
come on.
Well, but when you say holding grudges, are you saying that like because you're saying you had arguments? Every relationship has an argument, whether it's your girl, your
No, these
friend.
is more than arguments.
It's
Where
more
we
than-
had, there was some thumps. There was some.
A couple niggas got punched in their face.
There was a couple.
Let's
you
talk
know,
about it.
I remember it was at RCA Records, and this was and then
Not the source guy.
the Source niggas came up to the meeting we had at RCA Records. We're having a meeting about our EP.
It was
never heard of
a press day.
Couldn't believe
And
it.
they scheduled
y'all
an
dropping
interview.
an album
Gone
on
by
RSO.
RSO.
Okay.
Had a
Steve
press
Stoute
day.
gave us the deal on RCA when Clue was the assistant there
Okay.
at RCA Records.
Okay.
Before he was DJ Clue, right?
Yeah,
I think
he
he
was
was just
Ernesto.
getting
Steve
His name was
Stoute.
You know what I'm
Ernesto.
saying? He was just getting, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. What happened?
Yeah, so they scheduled, we didn't know, but they scheduled an interview. You know, hey, we got the source, and we're going to come up and interview them. And then they came up there with a subpoena and try to serve them with
Trying to
the
serve me a
summons.
subpoena.
Who?
The Source niggas, the editors, yo.
from the Source.
I heard something about this. They try to boycott you.
No, this was another time.
Wait,
No, that was all
something else.
That's
That's a
all
different
related.
story.
It was all related.
Wait,
It was all around that same
They-
time.
They came to RCA offices and lied to get upstairs to our press day. We have all these
And
press
it's the
days.
people from the Source
The Source
that
editors.
you guys are employing.
Like 4 of them. Reggie
Wow.
Dennis, James Bernard, there was a few,
keep
couple
going.
of them. They came up there and they stood in front of, like, we was on this big ass table. Now, mind you, we happy. We with the people at RCA. Garth Brooks is up in the building and shit like that. They already heard niggas was wild. They waiting to, like, to throw us out the building anyway.
Right.
Man,
Like CBS is ready to do to us. Okay.
just stole on him. Bah! 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 Next thing you know, chairs. He went through the glass window. We got dropped from RCA the next week.
Let's make some noise for y'all keeping the gangster. Sorry if you didn't know, Drink Champs podcast, we make noise for the ignorant. We love it over here. EFN, you just take one
Heroin.
Yeah, you mad red, man. I can tell you really put in work this week with me, man. Because, yo, listen, I'm Matt Blackera. In case you didn't know, I'm Blackera. I was filming the Food Show, man. You was a part of our Food Show. You're the first person
Yeah,
part of the
man, that was
Food
dope.
Show
That-
and the podcast
Man.
in the same day. This is what we plan on doing with the podcast. Planning on traveling with the Food Show, getting people on the Food
Right.
Show, and then you knew
Right.
we had Scarface there
Right,
today.
right. Shout out to
Scarface went
Brother
the
Mob. That's
hospital.
my guy, man.
He went to the hospital.
Yeah, I heard
Face?
y'all fucked him up.
We almost killed Scarface today.
See, you gotta
Shit's
have
real.
it. Yo, I hope
Face
there's something in the
smart
contract if you eat some fucked up shit that N.O.R.E give you.
No, nigga. I'm gonna be honest. Scarface is crazy. He's always been crazy, but like in a genius crazy
No
way.
faces, man. Another
He
one,
walked
man.
over and his throat. He
Legend,
was like, he
yo.
went like this. I was like, oh, I thought that's like how the nigga do before
No,
he
no,
eat.
because your shit swell up.
No, his shit swelled up before
Yeah.
he touched the food.
Yeah, you
He
can
was
die
like,
because you can't breathe. It'll block up your tube.
Word. Yeah, so big up to Face Mall. That's my brother, man. Thank you for coming to the Food Show. You know what I mean? We're trying to get you on the podcast tomorrow because you got to make it up to me, you're my brother. But hang. But listen,
Talk to me.
do you think the Source, a feeling like the Source can ever be recreated? Like something like it? Like Source is natural and raw and, you know, discovering new talent. Because I would say it would be this podcast, but then I would be lying because we're not discovering new talent. We want to speak to legends and people who got these 90s stories. So can any form or shape or fashion, can the Source ever be created where people, like, listen, in case you guys didn't know, when it was said in the Source, it was the word of God. Like, nobody can dispute it. If CNN got 4 mics, that's it. Nobody disputes it. Can any format could ever recreate that? I'm glad you're
Yes.
taking your time.
You think so?
'Cause I don't think so. You think that can happen?
It's possible only because like there's really nothing out there right now that's, you know, has like a great voice for the culture. There's nothing really there. You know, there's
Right.
World Star. There's
Big up World Star.
You know, other
It's
websites.
just unorganized
Do you
right
think
now.
it'd be a digital format, not print?
I mean,
It has to be everything. It got to be.
Yeah.
It has to be a combination of
Television.
digital, TV, print. It has to be a combination of everything to
Multimedia.
really multimedia to really get across. But like with that has to come trust in who's doing it. You see, a lot of these things that you're talking about all becomes the trust and the comfortableness of the person with the people who doing it. How much experience they have, how much credibility they have, and how many people they can cross over, because it's so many different areas of hip hop now,
Yeah.
man. It's not like unified like before.
Yeah, definitely.
So not only it's territorialized, but it's also sectioned off within the territory. So
Right.
you know what I mean? It's just a matter of how you try to come and do it. I mean, you know, I feel like me and Dave have put in enough work that you know, like we're in talks right now for a Hip Hop Weekly TV show.
I think you
You
should
know
do
what
it.
I'm saying? No, yeah, I mean, like,
TMZ style
going,
or-
no, not that, because it's not about necessarily that, but we want to do it more like a magazine show, like how we did it before the Source magazine. Where that,
Entertainment Tonight.
like Entertainment Tonight, you know what I'm
Access
saying? Type of
Hollywood.
thing.
Where you
That's
actually have to get these guys to sign off, because TMZ don't have to get these guys to sign
Well, no,
off.
I mean, we could actually do that too. Like if we go on location somewhere, but usually it's just blurbs of, you know, like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying, you would get, but all of them are signing off.
Yeah.
quick.
Because I seen you guys were kind of early on that. Like, when the first time I ever heard
We
that
did it first.
Remy Ma was
All
about
that.
to be released from prison, I seen it on Hip Hop Weekly. Like your camera guy was out there. He was
Shout out to Mark, Remy Mark up in Harlem.
He was on the everybody else said Remy Ma was about to be released. I didn't believe it.
Shout out to Remy
I looked at,
you know what I'm saying?
I was on the road somewhere and I looked at Hip Hop Weeklies, and every time Hip Hop Weekly was on point, was posted something, everything that y'all posted was 100% accurate. Other websites
we gotta have that on TV. See, that should be on just like how CNN got it.
Right.
Boom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we're trying to do. And like I said, look, love us, hate us, and anything in between, you can't take away our experience in this game. I mean, we've lived through all these decades of hip hop, and it's changed dramatically, and we're still here. You know, and that ain't bragging. That's just a testament to just trying to be a part of the culture and understand the culture. You know what I'm saying? So, so like no matter what, you know what I'm saying? Like we think that if we can get, when we get Hip Hop Weekly on TV and get the show, then that's gonna be the beginning of now.
You met with Lionsgate, right? You met with Lionsgate.
I met with Lionsgate. Yeah,
That's right.
Man, I've been all through Hollywood with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how about Flavor Unit? Have you brought in the Flavor Unit?
Talked to Shakim a few times, but it's like where I'm talking to some people, like, you know what I'm saying, like right now there's a lot of networks that's looking for real, like with Empire being so big, there's a lot of networks that's, you know what I'm saying, looking at black culture, like, hey, yeah, we better fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? Looking at Love and Hip Hop numbers, I mean, those are big numbers.
No, that's a question I'm gonna ask you, Dave. You know, he's always been your partner. You guys are friends. You guys are brothers. But how did you feel the first time he told you he was going to do Love and Hip Hop?
Me and some ice.
How did you feel about that?
I mean, I supported it. We just moved to Atlanta, and one thing led to another, and he told me about it, and I mean.
Because Love and Hip Hop wasn't that big.
It was some accident. It was accident.
It wasn't that big when you started.
That shit was an accident, though.
What do you mean by that?
I'm saying, like, me and Stevie have been fucking around. I was living down here. Mm-hmm. Stevie come fuck with me. Stevie was staying, like, come over to Diplomat.
Me and you live in the same building.
Yeah, fucking right. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was, I went up there to Atlanta.
Armadale, listen.
Nah, I ain't know I'm different.
Shout out
I don't want to make a shout out to Armadale. This is my chaser right now.
Armadale's bringing it back out.
Shout out to Questions
in Armadale.
You guys had a club. Listen, the first time I ever got maced in my life.
Club
Zeno. I got maced.
Infamous.
Yo, listen.
Come on, FN.
Let me tell you something.
Those are the days, boy.
Listen, me and you don't really know each other, but you and Ja. All right. This is the craziest shit.
We've all lived around each other. That's so crazy.
This is the craziest shit in the world. Ja Rule. Yo, you gotta be quiet, man. Ja Rule. I moved from Left Rack to West Orange, New Jersey, right? Ja Rule also, all right, Ja Rule also moves to West Orange, New Jersey. From there, Ja moved to Saddlebrook, correct?
Saddle River.
I'm sorry. Saddle River. Live next to you, and then me and you somehow both moved to Miami.
Right.
And it connected us.
I'm saying we all lived like him and Ja stayed around. Just to break it down for people that didn't understand that, him and Ja stayed around, lived next door to each other. Then me and Ja lived next door to each other. Then me and N.O.R.E lived next door to each other. So we all at some point. Then as we're living next door to each other, we all got kids around the same age.
Yep.
So they all fucking with each other, and we get close. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And we start dealing with each other's situations. We come into each other because that's really when I was down here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, going through everything, relationship problems, problems with shit that we had just with everything. We would talk because we both came down here like it's not like we was in the same boat.
Yeah, we wanted to get over stress.
Right, exactly.
We were both stressed out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? So we would confide each other in a lot of personal shit.
You know what the best thing about you is? When I'm negative, you would be positive. When I'm positive,
I'll be negative.
You would be negative.
That's good though.
And that was excellent.
That was excellent. If we both negative, we could have fucked shit up.
It worked for us.
Man. Yeah, it was dope. You know what I'm saying?
It worked for us.
But that's how we got to be so cool, really, because we all spent time with each other. And then when you spend time with each other, it's just not you're gonna tell a motherfucker what he want to hear. You're gonna tell him what he think is best for him, because that's the best type of friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You don't tell them what they want to hear. You tell them what's best for you, even if they're going to get mad at you. Fuck it, we don't talk for a week, 2 weeks. Absolutely. Fuck it, nigga, I got to say that because I care about you. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with all of us.
Everybody make some noise for that. Hey, you still around? Yeah. God damn it, take a shot. Take a shot of something. Zeno, you're actually here. I thought you was gonna like make up an excuse. I thought you was gonna like act like.
And
you
look,
was
this is on me. That's Zeno.
Oh.
Yeah, chase your fucking rabbit. Yeah, chase your rabbit. Yeah, this Zeno drink. Yeah.
I am impressed, man.
Right?
I am impressed. I thought you
chase
was
your
gonna.
fucking rabbit.
Listen,
yeah.
chase your rabbit.
Yeah, chase your rabbit. I don't drink, but you know, when it has to be done, huh?
You know what I admire.
Chase your fucking rabbit. Let's
And
go.
that's Armadale, just so you know.
What's that?
With that
No,
cup.
this is plain.
Oh, it is. I thought that was Dave's cup. I was like, oh, you just going hard.
That's
I
my
thought he was
chase, that's
drinking
my
your
chase.
cup and
That's my
Dave's
chase.
cup. I was like, he's going hard.
I'm chasing my rabbit. That's what Nas said.
Yeah.
You know, I gave Nas a $65,000 check for
Let's
a
talk
verse,
about it.
and that never came out.
Oh shit.
Wait.
Gave him 65 stacks for a verse that never came out.
Let's get to the story. Hold on. Wait up. I'll violate myself. Yo, E, what kind of hard?
Nah, you ain't even doing it right, dog.
How did this story happen?
No, it was just, he was hot as fuck. I wanted a verse from him, had the money. We was in California.
After the 5
Steve was
mics.
fucking with him, you know what I'm saying? So probably
Yeah.
Steve might have hooked it up.
Right.
And then, man, he just came up, and I never forget, gave it to him, he spit the verse and bounced. I was like, we didn't say too much to each other. He just got them 65 bands and kept moving. I just never used the verse on nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Where's that verse at?
Yeah.
It's around.
It's around?
Matter of fact, it's on YouTube somewhere.
Oh, okay. So you did use the verse.
But nothing to put out to get sold or anything.
Right.
Just
Why-
like
why
some,
not?
I don't know.
You're a foul nigga.
I don't know.
You gotta start looking out for yourself. Let's make some noise for Zeno. Start looking out for yourself. And Nas verse, I don't care if it's from then to now, it's at least from 20 to 60 bands. It's always worth that.
65 bands,
Yeah,
yo.
65. So how hot was he at that time?
Oh, he killed the verse. But you know, but like to Boston niggas, you know what I mean?
Let me ask y'all
All
something.
that shit, your shit, all that project
Well,
shit.
let me ask y'all
was-
something. Like, the thing about it, if a new artist came out, I'm not talking about then. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about then. Like, if a new, what is that noise? What is that? I keep hearing, what is somebody clicking something?
Distillery.
All right, tell them niggas to shut the fuck up. Listen, so
You ain't got no chips or nothing?
Nah, nigga, what the fuck? This is drinking. We drink more, and then we go. We in Wynwood. We go and eat in Koyo Bar or Wynwood Tavern or Wynwood
Yeah, but you know what I'm
Kitchen and
saying?
Bar.
Like, snacks go with drinking. You can have a couple of fucking snacks.
That's an average drink.
Look, you want some
This is
fuck?
foul.
You want some pork
That's
rinds?
foul, man.
Come on, eat some pork rinds on this show. Eat some pork rinds, man. Come on. Yo, all right, let's
I
get
feel
to the
with the
point.
pork now.
Listen, yo, Zeno, you're my friend. We're close.
Right.
I come to your crib one day.
Right.
You live in the Diplomat.
Right.
Craziest crib. I 100% said, give me your realtor's number.
Right.
You gave me your
Move
realtor's
right in.
number. I
Move
moved
right in.
right in.
Move
Left
right in.
the
That was
crib I
crazy.
had. We're hanging out. We're barbecuing. You're the first person to bring pork in my house
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, I brought a big pork shoulder in this crib.
I didn't even know that existed.
No, pork
Yeah.
shoulder with the land of orange, and you based it.
I thought he was playing.
It was
He
like
I'm bringing a pork shoulder. I was like, all right.
Yo, I brought a big
Nigga
pan.
brung it. And
But
he
I
brung
forgot
it on
what
a
the fuck
plate.
with pork, though.
You know, he brung it on a, like, it was like, you know,
Yo, he was mad as shit.
Diplomat.
He wanted me to keep it in the living room. He didn't want me to keep it in the kitchen.
I was like, yo,
He was like, the smell's gonna fuck me up. I was like, how's that gonna happen?
Right. All right, so, let's get to that story. What happened that day? Like, that's what you're into, the pork shoulder.
No, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing matter. I'm sure we got some fellas in there fuck with pork.
But you be on and off.
Alright,
You be on and off. I remember, like, for
Pork is in your blood. You Puerto
a
Rican
year,
too, bro.
for a year, you was
Come
like,
on,
you was
man.
like, I ain't eating that pork no more. You wasn't eating beef neither.
Pork is the food of the gods.
Go ahead, can't talk about it, man.
Let me tell you about pork.
Big up the pork.
Let me tell you
niggas,
about
man.
pork.
They listen to this show
you
too.
You can take every piece of pork
Right.
and make that shit taste good, man.
This is how you know, like, I know that Randy
What?
Acker and Dave Mays is the blackest Jewish people we know. Neither one of them celebrated Passover yesterday. Let's make some noise for that.
It was the week before,
No, we went to
and
the.
I did.
He was there. He was with his parents.
Wait, didn't we go to the W?
He put his yarmulke on and the whole shit.
Let me tell you how
They
powerful.
be like this.
Listen. Let me tell you how powerful Jewish people is. We went to the W Hotel.
Shout out to the Jewish people.
Shout out to, make some noise for the Jewish people, everybody. Randy Acker usually be around us, mom. You gotta keep a Jewish guy around.
He's been
a
around
rule.
all my life.
That's a rule. You gotta keep a Jewish guy around. But let me just tell you how crazy it was. We went to the W Hotel. We filming the Food Show. Went to the W Hotel in Fort Lauderdale. I'm gonna say I can't front. My neck was hurting. So we went to the W Hotel in Fort Lauderdale.
That's amazing.
And we tried to use the bathroom, and they was like they rented it out for 10 days for Passover.
Right.
So nobody else could rent it out. I've never seen no other race do that. Let's make some noise for the Jewish people for keeping it Jewish.
Shut down a fucking bathroom.
No. They shut down the whole W Hotel. They rented it all out. There was nothing but kosher food being served. There was no alcohol for those days. Correct? We was like, yo, is the bar open? They was like, no, it's Passover.
Is anybody in there Jewish other than Dave?
Let's make some noise for Dave being the only Jewish guy. Come on. So Benzino and Dave, I'm gonna start with you, Dave, because you know, is there anything you regret besides the internet? Because we got to that. Is there anything you ever regret that you could do over?
I can't have no regrets. You know what I mean?
No regrets.
No.
That's a real nigga shit. Let's make some noise for Dave being black. That's some black nigga shit right there. You got any regrets?
Man, I can't think of any. You know what I'm saying? Probably, you know, of course, you want to be smart about it. You know what I'm saying?
You don't gotta be smart about it. We ignorant here.
But still,
Nobody listens to this
But if you
podcast.
look
Don't worry
back,
about it.
if you look back and you could say, yeah, you could. If you did not even, it's about yourself. When you look at your kids and you look at their futures, you know what I'm saying? Then you start have to be.
I'm talking about music and music.
Musically.
Yeah, musically. Like you know, like in the business.
Musically, nah. You know, I mean, to be honest, I think I never got a real shot because of all the controversy with my music. Like, people don't know that I produced the intro on N.O.R.E's Stillmatic album.
Wait, time out.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Wait. The Stillmatic. It's the train.
Heart of a Lion, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
The Stacey Ladder joint.
You produced that?
That's the Hangman 3. You see that? Me 2 times, JB. Like,
Guys, Google that right now.
yeah.
Google that, man. Let's get this man his props. You're not gonna eat no pork rinds on my show? You're the first person to eat pork rinds.
Hold up.
You brought pork shoulder to my crib.
Well, I don't even know if those are your pork rinds.
No, they ain't mine.
That's what I'm saying.
None of them is
You
mine.
just pulled them shits like, those pork rinds. I'm not eating anybody's power. They ate them shit.
This is a bar. They offer those. Let me see if they official pork rinds. Yeah.
This is open and
Yeah. Because it's a bar, you know, usually.
So, what was the question?
How did you produce that? Who called you? Steve Stoute again?
Steve, we got through Steve. Yeah.
Steve Stoute, you getting a lot of love on my show.
Steve. We've done a lot of shit with Steve.
And Steve, you know our relationship, so I'm allowing the love to be spread.
But all
on my
that Tanning
show.
of America shit, Steve.
What happened with the Tanning of America?
I'm not. You feeling that?
I've never seen it.
There is no Tanning of America, man.
Okay.
It's only
Break it down.
there ain't no Tanning of America, man. I don't believe in that, man. You know what I'm saying? Tanning of America.
What does that mean, Tanning?
I'm sure to Steve it means that the white agencies and the white companies are now accepting certain black, you know, right? But that's bullshit because they really ain't. You know what I'm saying? Because they really ain't fucking with us. See, it's us that got the juice. It's the middlemen and the middlemen above them who usually get them credit for it. That's just how it is.
So that's what Tanning means.
The Tanning of America.
Yeah, I didn't see that shit. I have no idea what we were talking
it's
about
a
right
book
now.
he wrote in the TV.
I have no idea. Big ups, I guess. Big up to Steve Stoute. But look, he knows our relationship, and I'm not dissing him. So this is a wonderful thing, man. But you don't agree with that.
Don't get what?
The Tanning of America.
No, what was you talking about before that?
Oh, the Tanning of America.
It was something before that, though.
Steve Stoute.
No, it was like, the song. Still
The
Mad.
song. Oh no, Stillmatic. That's a fact.
Right.
So so who called you to?
We probably did it through Steve, but the ill shit is that we also produced the one with you and Prodigy that went gold.
No, let's stay on Stillmatic right now.
Okay, we stay on double platinum.
This is a classic album.
We need a double platinum.
How did this call happen? What did they asked you to do an intro?
We gave him some beats. And LES, and we gave him beats. Shout out to DJ LES.
LES is my man.
We went through LES.
Was LES called?
It was LES. We gave LES the beats. You know what I'm saying? He let Nas hear him. That's the one they wanted.
And Nas wasn't the guy at that time.
So it wasn't Steve. It was LES. My mistake. It was LES.
That's not the reason he got 5 mics. No.
Ooh. Nas should have got 5 mics.
was
No,
after.
that album was, come on.
Wait.
Stillmatic.
Oh, it's Stillmatic. I'm thinking you're saying Illmatic.
Stillmatic.
Oh. He was still getting money then.
That was a double platinum joint, yeah.
God damn it. I thought you were talking about Illmatic. That's why my
No,
mind
that was the classic. That was the classic. That's
Stillmatic. I'm thinking Illmatic.
But
Oh.
you's mad Illmatic out 5 mics?
No. You crazy? Are you crazy? That's my first Source article magazine I ever bought. I could never be more prouder to be from Queens at that very moment. Because I remember seeing Nas in Brooklyn Queens Day back in the days. We used to do something called Brooklyn Queens Day in Flushing Meadow Park, and I was booked to perform, and he came out and did Live at the Barbecue, and he came out with this dude with a we call him Fisherman's and he killed it. You know what I mean? And then they was doing all this crazy shit. So that's the for me to see that as a chap go to jail. See, this same kid got 5 mics. I didn't knew what the mic system meant because I was an Outkast fan, and Outkast was the only other people I seen prior to that. I believe because Southern Playalistic Cadillac, whatever that album is, came out before Illmatic, correct? Because I think that came out '91. Can you want to Google that?
No, I think that was 93.
no, Illmatic came first.
Illmatic came first. Well, whatever. Who got 5 mics? Maybe. Whoever got 5 mics before that, then Nas got 5 mics. I was in the jail walking through. Yeah, nigga, because at that time in the jail I was in, it was either Buckshot Shorty or Nas.
Right.
Obviously, I was on Nas side. I did like Buckshot Shorty, and he wound up, his baby mother, Black Moon, excuse me. His baby mother was actually from Left Rack, so I wound up being cool with him. But in the jail at that time, it was like, you either Nas or Black Moon. And obviously, I picked the Nas side, and when that article came out, I just was walking through the jail. Yeah, nigga. Mike's like it was the... And KRS, we had KRS on the show, and KRS said that, he basically said, well, if that didn't come out, he said Queensbridge, which he said Queensbridge would have never revived. But he didn't understand that what he meant was Queens might have not never revived. So that
Queens is big though.
Yeah, but
there was a lot of shit popping off in Queens.
That album restored the
Pride.
The Pride. I don't even know the other. They restored like us to be like walk outside and go eat in Brooklyn and go eat and whatever. But it all started from when people seen that he got 5 mics. 5 mics. And then you guys did a wonderful story of the producers. You remember that? Or all the producers legendary, that was involved. Though. Like that was legendary. Like journalism isn't conducted like that no more.
It's not that serious no more.
It's not that serious.
Because everything's fast.
Everything's 15 seconds.
But even in all aspects.
But even music is faster.
Yeah, everything's faster.
So what y'all think about that?
I mean, the way I look at it, it's just a sign of the times,
Right. Everything's fast?
I mean, the good thing is that we lived in those times. So I just appreciate that I know those times. Just because it ain't here no more don't mean you can't still celebrate it because you've been through it.
Oh, no, we're celebrating right now. That's what we're doing on Drink Champs Podcast. Come on, goddammit. Yo, man, I'm going to just tell y'all, man. Hold on. This is the pork rinds. Look at that. Come on, Zeno. I really need you to eat a pork rind on my show. Please.
So, wait, how do you know these was Diego?
Sonny DBG join you? Go ahead. I'm gonna give you a 5 with the pork fat, with the pork hand. I'm gonna give you a 5 with the pork hand.
Y'all still, you don't know.
Right? Why? Cause pork don't go stale.
Cause these motherfuckers is crunchy, like you don't really know. It's good.
They're good. Give me a hot 5 with the pork hand. You give it with the pork hand. It's okay.
I'm gonna say that too.
I don't mind. So E, you got a question?
I feel like you was gonna go when we was talking about the Eminem situation. Like I felt like you was gonna say something. Like you was going in the direction of saying that you didn't have no problem with him.
It wasn't no problem with him because I really don't understand him. It was just again, MTV was just taking on the hip hop, and I felt like, this is where hip hop can finally, start getting some money. You understand? Look, when drugs and guns ravage, and I say this, the communities, hip hop was there to give niggas a job, yo. Like niggas was making money off of hip hop, man.
That's what DMX said. DMX said even if rappers whack,
Yo.
Sometimes he support them because this rapper is giving at least 6 to 8 people a job.
My nigga, you come out of jail back then and get a job, yo. It ain't like that no more. You know, so it's just a fact that I just felt like they wanted to use a situation where the white audience had its own image, you know, to really be at a high level of hip hop. What I was saying, the white people are already buying into the hoods and the black and Latino communities with hip hop. We never need, like Beastie Boys was the shit. Nobody gave a fuck if they was white, black, purple, blue, or brown.
True.
Third base.
True.
Niggas are like, you didn't see hip hop.
You need to make a point of it.
Hip hop made it where you didn't see no color. When Eminem came, he's a white rapper. You know what I'm saying? They did that.
I did the white rapper show. I regretted it immediately.
Nah, but you see, it has nothing to do with it. See, because the effects of that, I knew the effects of that of what it is now. This kid's tweeting me now, like, who's 13, 15, 12 years old, 83-year-old fake Al Pacino, Eminem killed you. I'm like, yo, nigga, you don't even know Eminem's music. Like, Lil Man, you don't even know his music. You're just taking on what you see on YouTube and automatically gravitating to that black against white shit. Like, he's Eminem and fuck
But that
Ja
wasn't
Rule.
y'all issue. Y'all issue was that,
No, it wasn't an issue with me. The issue was I felt that they were using his situation, all right, to separate hip hop.
Right.
To, like, you know what I'm saying, to separate hip hop from the audience, you know, from white and black audience. I mean, I didn't. Then of course, you know, like
and Jimmy Iovine offered you $500,000. Was that true?
Nah, Jimmy, when you know when all this was going on, we had met with Jimmy a couple times, and you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Jimmy didn't want no problems. You know, Jimmy, I had actually done deals with Jimmy.
Right, and y'all was cool.
We was cool, man. It was no.
So what was like? He offered to not put out the tape that you had.
With me was again, I was just this rebel that was like, look, you know, because you gotta remember these kids had came up out of nowhere. These was his boys that came to the magazine with the tape. They had been trying to sell the tape for almost a year.
The guys from Detroit.
Yeah, they had the tape. They had, you know, I was in Puerto Rico, and Dave called me. Was like, yo, these dudes are in the office. I got on the next flight, and they had been trying to sell the tape for over a year now. These was his boys.
Right. And do you believe like the story, like that he said it was only happened because he had a black girlfriend?
Look, man, it's not for me.
They made that up.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I mean, come on, like, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on. What was made up? What was made up?
That story. That was
that he had a black girlfriend.
Of course, yeah.
So you did the research and you
absolutely. We did a lot of research when we did that whole story. Yeah.
And that was false.
Absolutely.
This is crazy. I don't think nobody never knew that.
I mean, come on, man. Like,
but it's cool, right? It's cool, man. Eminem is a great guy. I met him once. He's cool.
See, but that's what I'm saying. You know, like when you really get down to it, we never met each other to make it personal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not personal.
So I mean, of course, when you're going back and forth on record, you're gonna take shots at each other. That's what everybody do.
Right.
He was used to separate the culture and to, you know, take it, you know, with the white audience always was the largest audience of hip hop going back to the 80s. Run DMC.
Just hip hop.
Just
hip hop.
You needed the white audience.
Public Enemy. 70-80% of the buyers of those albums,
Run DMC.
millions of albums, was white people. They was there the whole time. But Eminem was used as a way to take those
Who's this guy talking back there?
White people, and instead of making them the followers of the culture and the followers of the streets, okay, now those people are used to basically control and dictate the culture to where the streets don't have no say no more. That's pretty much what Eminem was used to do.
And then at the same time, when corporate radio comes in, now they can just cater to that.
All right.
And then separate the audience.
But is there a problem with that? Like,
of course there is, because that takes money out of the hood.
Yeah, but
the same white people who are buying from the hood don't have to no more.
But who is they when you say they are using him?
Is it the same people that DJ Khaled is talking about? They don't want you to win. They don't want you to water your plants. They don't want you to smoke weed. Is it that the same days?
Man, I don't know. I just know that, look, the people, the movers and shakers of this industry right here that control the vehicles, you know what I'm saying? The ones, you know, who, you know, big money take little money, big bank take little bank. You know what I'm saying? Monopoly and everything else. Whatever you're going to think, whatever you thought about it, however you think about it, you know what I'm saying? White folks always bought into hip hop.
I'm going to switch the subject a little bit because you're a pillar of hip hop, both of you guys. You're both are legends. You guys are still talking. You're very disrespectful. You leaving? All right. I got disrespectful friends. I apologize. But there's been a controversy going on right now, right?
What's that?
With Africa Bambaataa, right? KRS-One is on our show. I want to defend KRS-One because I got
some
him
more
drunk.
pork rinds, man.
Get some more pork rinds, brother. Yeah, so I had KRS-One on the show. I asked KRS-One about the African Bambaataa thing. KRS-One, I don't want to say he dodged the question. He just said, "That's my man." And once he said, "That's my man," I kind of got uncomfortable and I switched the subject. And plus, after that, before that, I was giving KRS mad Mai Tais to get him drunk, similar to how I'm doing with you right now. You're drinking Hennessy and drinking pork rinds. The first person on our show to eat pork. God damn it, make some noise for Zeno. For being the first person to bring pork shoulder to my crib, and now the first person to eat pork on the Drink Champs podcast. What do you think about the African Bambaataa situation? Both of you guys.
I don't even know the situation.
Oh, okay. All right. Me, neither do I.
I don't.
You don't? You don't?
Oh.
You bullshit or you?
I mean, I don't know the situation.
You finished or you done?
Huh?
You started or you beginning? Come on.
Tell me the situation.
Oh man, if you ain't know it, then you know I'm not bringing up no situation. Come on, E, help me out. You got another one?
I don't even want.
Not on that situation. Let's turn it up. So the unsigned hype, the mic system, the Source Awards, the album, the joint with you and Mario Winans, all of that. You did Love and Hip Hop.
I mean, Rock the Party was
we need you on the mic.
We had a couple of shows Rock the Party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think what was out when that was out.
When this Love and Hip Hop thing was presented to you.
It wasn't presented to me.
It wasn't? Okay.
Like I told you, I was Stevie was staying with me. I was riding to the set. We were staying together, you know, in Atlanta, and riding to the set, just chilling. And then, you know, they asked me to basically, like, you know, because I was talking to him already. He had his mic on, and I was just like, yo, you should just try to be monogamous and shit.
Okay, that means like, for one woman, right?
Yeah, and then they was like, well, you say that on camera. And I was like, yeah, I say it on camera.
All right.
They mic'd me up, and that was the first time I was on him. I did that driving scene with him. Cause, you know what I'm saying? I was never casted for it. Then.
So what happened? Why you not on Love and Hip Hop no more? What is that?
I mean, it was a situation that happened, you know, at the reunion. You know.
Oh, okay.
You know where the last part while the.
You snuffed Jocelyn. Fuck it. Let's just throw it out there.
Come on.
You snuffed Jocelyn.
Come on.
She came at you. Is that what happened? A little bit?
Come on.
She tried to snuff your wife. Listen, every man and every real nigga in the world will do the same thing. No,
of course. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna protect mine no matter what.
Right. It's not like you're a woman, B. That's not like that. That's not what we're saying.
No.
But you know, she's kind of, you know.
I might choke him. Only kidding, Hillary.
Right. So why didn't they? There's so many people who did so much worse things in Love and Hip Hop. Why do you think you're being like?
Nah, man, listen. Look, Love and Hip Hop was a great situation for me.
Right.
You know, like I said, it was something that I didn't know I was gonna be a part of. I did a bunch of seasons. A lot happened to me on there. I got shot. You know.
Oh yeah, God bless you.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Bless
crazy hope. My mom's passed.
God bless.
Yeah. A lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like a lot happened in those years just in my life. So it was, Love and Hip Hop was deep. Love and Hip Hop was, shout out to Love and Hip Hop, man. I got, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
I met Ramona recently. We talking.
Man, listen, shout out to Mo Scott. Shout out to Love and Hip Hop.
Him and Stevie was just back in the studio.
Yo, you and Stevie,
making some amazing
what
music.
The crazy thing is? You know how your boy call you and your boy say, you know, he's like, I know y'all guys are brothers. Like y'all I know it's different, but you know what I'm saying? Like I know you guys got a lot of love for each other. You know what I'm saying? Do you think it was love and hip hop who separated y'all, or you think?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I mean,
you think it was the TV, the money, or
no,
the actual show?
No, never the money, because me and Sleeves, it ain't like that with us. It was definitely a situation with the, you know, he was under pressure, his situation, I was under pressure, my situation, things happen. You know, things happen. Things happen in relationships and family, and you know what I'm saying? I don't think, you know, I don't know, man. I just don't think, like, you know, when you do reality TV, man, you can, like, really try to hold it against somebody, because, man, people do things just for these things, for the cameras. And it's like, you know, you got to know that. You know, if the cameras wasn't there, it wouldn't even be like that.
Right.
There's no excuse for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So how did you guys work it out?
It's just, man, it's just gonna take time, man. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't, you know what I mean? Time heals all, you know what I'm saying? I mean, both of us understood what happened and, you know, like where we stood with each other. Like, that was unfortunate what took place there. And it was unfortunate it took place on camera and shit. Like, when you ask me if I regret things, I regret that.
Okay. Yeah. Let's make some noise for that. Goddamn.
Yeah, because another thing is, like, I didn't bring out the on Love and Hip Hop for none of that shit. To be fighting and all that. Like, I'm not with none of that, to be honest. I'm really not with that, because, you know, we fight enough off camera. We done fought our whole lives. Exactly. Why are we gonna go on camera?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Not, you know, so I don't, you know what I'm saying? It was unfortunate, man. It was something that happened. You know,
you guys had the 757 group, right?
Yeah, 757. Yeah, rest in peace, Big Cat, too, man.
Oh, God, DJ rest in Big Cat, man.
Yeah, Cap
Let's give him a moment of silence. Let's give him a moment of silence. Big Cap, we love you, my brother.
Yeah, Cap had hosted the 757 tape that's on that Piff. You go to that Piff and download it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So then he passed away, and then you guys come back together. That was probably
that's what's crazy about it, because we wasn't together. He was like, yo, you should let me just put the music out. And he said, yo, I ran to Stevie, and he said that's cool. And I was like, word? He said it's cool. I was like, okay, put it out. That's dope. Mind you, me and Stevie almost didn't talk in 2 years, you know.
And you guys were not only like the first people with the magazines that led the culture, not the first people to doing compilations that led the culture. I remember you guys were the first people to own studios. I remember you owned a studio in Manhattan. Was that called the Source Lab?
Listen, man, we used to.
Y'all own a big studio in Manhattan.
Man, we spent so much.
I remember you asked me to do a verse or something, or come meet you, and I came there. You know, man, Dave had actually called me. I walked through. You guys had like, it had to be like $5 million studio. Y'all walked in. You had blue carpet. It was, I don't remember.
We ran through a lot of money.
I walked through, and I was like, I had mad weed rolled up. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go outside and smoke. You was like, go outside and smoke for what?
Right.
Smoking hair. Right. Like, you guys had all type of endeavors, man. What's the next endeavor that you guys, Dave Mays and Benzino, is gonna do?
You really want to know?
Yeah, I really want to know, man. Fat Joe named his album on our podcast. Right. Give us something big. Come on, let's go, Zeno.
Crab traps everywhere. Right?
We haven't talked about that.
Benzino crab traps in every city, and my sauce in every supermarket across the country.
Go ahead, let's do it. Let's make some noise for this. Sauce to sound bad. I don't know why. In front of Mad Men, there's not one woman in here, so when you say sauce, everybody.
It's Zeno sauce.
Oh yeah, still doesn't make it better. It doesn't make it better. So how did you come up with, like, me? I mean, for the layman's, that's what you say, right? The layman for the layman. Like, I knew, like, one time Zeno came to the crib. You know what I'm saying? It was something going on with it. Oh, that's just straight pineapple.
Yeah.
All right, hold on, come on, nigga. This ain't for straight pineapple drinks. Is no more Ciroc?
No Ciroc.
I'm gonna hit this Armadale then. Hold on, let me finish my Ciroc. So,
it's good.
I knew you had love for cooking, right? Mm-hmm. But most people got love for basketball. It doesn't mean they're gonna play in the fucking NBA. What made you take this risk with this restaurant?
I mean, it was like a low risk. You know, crabs is low risk. I was only gonna do crabs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was like a little small place. Dave turned me on to the little Korean spot over there, Big Joy. It was in the same strip mall as Big Joy, Marietta.
Right.
It was already kind of built out as a restaurant.
Right.
Little small spot, not even 1,500, 1,600 square feet. So I said, man, it's perfect. Little crab spot. But the whole thing was, I had to develop these sauces for it. I just wasn't gonna do like a crab Old Bay seasoning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to take it further. Right. So it was like I developed these sauces. The first one was like the Benzino sauce.
Cause I heard you went somewhere like LA and you seen.
Yeah, LA. It was like these Koreans. Like that's like they do crabs differently.
Okay.
Where like they incorporate sauces with it. So I said, well, if I put my own twist on the sauces, see what happens. Right. It took me about 4 months to really like what Nelson was saying.
Okay, Dave, did you think he was crazy when he wanted to go into the crab business? You guys are in the compilations. You guys are in the Sauce Awards. You guys are into music. You guys are into, and now he want to sell food. Like, did you?
I mean, he always wanted to do something like this. And
so this is not no new thing.
He was always into food.
I had something on Miami Beach. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I remember that too.
Yeah.
I remember that too.
I mean, he was certain about it.
Did I tell you
he
I
knew it was
got
going to be
spray
successful.
painted in your club?
No,
you remember
you told me that. That's the first time. Yeah.
No, I got pepper spray. This is the crazy shit. It's like when Rose just got hot. I walked in the club. This is what was it called?
Club Zeno's?
Yeah, Club Zeno's. You and Ja Rule was there. Ja Rule invites me.
It's the most infamous club.
I go in there.
That shit was crazy.
I go in there. I order 6 bottles of Rose. I remember it had to be at least 1,200 a piece. But I'm like, these niggas is doing this for like your birthday or Ja Rule's birthday. I don't remember.
It was Ja's birthday.
The Ja birthday. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not asking them for bottles. They got us all in. We go to 6 bottles of Rose. Shit just came out, and then a fight broke out, and they pepper sprayed the whole club. I sat there pepper sprayed. The like, let's go. I said, they got this gave that nigga too much money, my nigga. I'm drinking my bottles. I was like, yo, Zeno, am I good? He was like, you good. I still did. The whole club left. I said, fuck. Like, you know how crazy it is to buy bottles and sit down and everybody else leave and you just really want to drink your shit? Right. Fuck that. I don't even give a fuck. I'm staying right here. Give me one waitress. Bitch, stand here. Let me go. And that was crazy. I got pepper spray. The first time I got pepper spray was in your club. High five.
No,
that was a dope ass club.
That was a dope ass club.
Yeah,
that was a dope ass club. What is there now?
It was American Apparel now.
That was the second floor, right? The second floor joint.
Yeah, we was on the second floor. That's the first floor. We was on the second floor.
So I just want to let y'all know, like, before we get up out of here, man, is there anything y'all want to get off y'all chest? If anything y'all want to, get to the bottom line, because I know I've been messing with you, Zeno. I'm just messing with you. All these was jokes.
No, I mean, I definitely been down to come do this. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you my brother, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. You guys been in my corner forever. I that's something I gotta say. You guys been in my corner before we even messed with each other, but we wound up living in the same building, and it was something that it was a pure love. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a pure love. It wasn't nothing like no fake. Like I need to get in y'all shit. Like we gonna handle each other. We gonna It
was organic.
Organic. That's what the reality show people use. That word is organic.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So
they use that shit.
So it's but one thing I definitely need to know, because I don't know if y'all remember when we met that I wanted to do a documentary with y'all.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
And I'm glad we finally here doing this, but this is all good fun. When is a real serious documentary on the legacy of the Source? Because that needs to happen.
Now, can y'all do that, or you would have to clear that? Do they own the name?
It would have to be a joint clearance because they own the name now. So if there was to be like a thing, they would have to clear the name, or else we'd have to call it the Force.
Right.
Or the creators of the Source. But you don't want to do that. But I don't think Londell would have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying?
Or how about you call it the history of the Source?
I think the culture needs that.
As long as you use the Source, Londell has to be involved.
Wow.
Well, hopefully, we'll be able to.
But there's no problem with that. Londell, it makes sense to do it. He would be down to do it.
Big up Londell.
Our life story.
Right. Something that chronicles the history.
Listen, we ain't got no beef with nobody, but at the end of the day, the history is what it is. Everybody's gonna have their opinions, but the way I look at it, it's over now. People gotta put that shit behind and move forward. Right. Now, should there be a Source magazine story? Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course, there should be, because and I'm not trying to start any controversy or things. Do you ever just look at the Source now and be like, damn, I'm upset how they took it. Like, and not no beef.
Nah. Only because of how every other magazine's gone. And the Source really is the last. XXL's gone. Vibe's gone. I mean,
like Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons is one of my icons. He's one of my idols.
Shout out to Russ.
But when didn't N.O.R.E. make the Source cover?
Yeah, I think she did.
No,
I think she did.
Like that's not when y'all was on there.
I think she did. I think she did. She was one of the first ones after we had got. Yeah,
after y'all left.
I think she did.
After
we left.
Yeah, I'm not saying why y'all. My bad, because Dave was looking like what?
We was doing iconic covers like with Mary sitting on the ice.
Yeah.
Iconic joints.
Like
Biggie over the buildings.
I got
like,
all those old covers,
iconic.
Dr. Dre.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, with the gun to the joint.
Y'all was doing
Red Man with the shit all up in his nose, like. You know what I'm saying?
So when you see like them putting like sports figures or like people who are models on the cover, like, are you disappointed? Not a disrespectful.
We used to have Source Sports.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like the original Source. Like when you look at it now, like you walk through an airport. Do you
I'm
look
telling
at it?
you, man, I don't look at it. It just doesn't. It's a different time, you know.
Okay.
That ain't really. I don't look at no magazines. Honestly, like Hip Hop Weekly fits is the format of today.
In every
but any other
7-Eleven.
but any other magazine like that, it's just a different time now. Everything is internet and phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything seems to be internet and phone. Hip Hop Weekly works because of the format of how Us Weeklies, you know, of like Us Weeklies and everything.
Right.
But you know, I just don't look at it like that no more. I mean, even if it was, I just don't. It's not in a time where it could shine anyways.
Right.
The Source, you know what I mean? It just don't.
So I know I kind of asked you this in a different way. So what's the new move, man? Are you gonna stick with reality? Are you gonna continue with the magazine, or are you guys gonna do some phenomenal thing to change the culture again? You're about to celebrate 30 years, and
well, look,
we need another move. What is it gonna be?
I'm saying Hip Hop Weekly TV.
Hip Hop Weekly TV.
Definitely, me and Althea is about to
do
our own show. Definitely,
TV.
It's the first time you heard about that. I can't say the network. I can't, but I can tell you that.
Make some noise for We TV.
No, but I can tell you that.
I'll calm down.
No, but we still can make noise for We TV.
Make some noise for We TV.
We still can.
But we spreading the rumor. Benzino got his own shit on We TV.
I'm still.
It doesn't matter if it's false.
I'm still working with Carlos King. You know, next 15 season 2 on TV1. You know what I'm saying? Looking
season
like
1 success.
Season 2, yeah, season 1 was a success, and you know we just crab trap, man, and you know what I'm saying.
Did you ever think you'd be doing reality from back then?
Nah, hell no. Hell no.
If you would have still had the Source being on top, you'd probably be like, reality is for chumps.
Because reality TV is all what you make it. See, it's you know, if you make yourself a fool, you will be a fool. You're gonna be looked on as a fool.
But if you hold yourself down,
you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, like as long as you are who you are, and if you don't mind who you are, and comfortable with who you are, then you could do reality TV.
Well, let's make some noise for Zeno being politically correct. Dave Mays, you've been the brains behind the operation forever.
Nah,
you like
say
being
that.
you like
I
you like
say that.
No, what I mean by that is like you come on, yo, Zeno, come on, Zeno. This is for alcohol, man. This nigga is poured out all the chaser. He's a foul guy. He's my brother. What's happening? He's also brought his pork shoulder to my house. But so I don't want to say if you could do something over because that's kind of corny. But what you think is next big endeavor that you want to do yourself? Now, I mean, what I mean, like not without Zeno. I mean, just the next big idea for you. What you think is the next? Because you was the guy who invested in the internet. And then people didn't believe you. It didn't work at that time. But guess what? The internet's working now. So that makes you Nostradamus. Well, what is your next idea?
Again, I think it's still that there's not a voice for the culture that's out there. And the culture is powerful because, you know, you have what they call the Millennials, which is
the Millennials. That's the people who make it happen, right?
Well, that's the demographic
the key demo.
that all corporations are going to be targeting for the next 20 or 30 years, and there's 95 million of them. There was 78 million baby boomers. You heard of the baby boomers?
No, I've never heard of the baby boomers.
Well, they were the largest previous generation in American
history. Big up the baby boomers.
Yes. So
and the millennials.
Anyway, so hip hop, that's really where
to be a voice for them.
Absolutely.
I think me and DJ EFN has filled that voice for the millennials Not on y'all level. We can never. Like the thing about it is, a lot of people, they big up our podcast because of these 90 stories and there's 90 babies that listen to it. But I can honestly say that I could never make the impact that the Source has ever made. I can never make a system like I tried to. This drinking competition that we just had Zeno do. We try to do that with all guests. It's not like the 5 mics. It's nothing. I'm trying to get there. Thank you, Dave. He's a positive guy, man. High five, Dave. He's my friend, man. But let's just make some noise for motherfucking the original Source. And let's make some noise for Zeno drinking all the chaser. So now we got to drink straight. So man, guys, I can't thank you enough, man. I know you guys didn't have to do that. I know you guys didn't have to fly in from LA. I know you guys didn't have to stop from whatever you guys are doing. I really appreciate it because people that are listeners, they love these 90 stories, these 80 stories, these 2000 stories, these 2010 stories.
Hip-hop stories.
And these hip-hop stories. And that's what we cater to. We're not trying to get the guy who's hot. We're not trying to get the guy who's on his press run. We're not trying to get the guy who just happened to be around. We're trying to get legends who have real stories. And you guys came, you participated. You never stopped us 1 second. As Zeno sweated for a minute. He jumped off the camera for a minute. But that, he didn't stop. He came in. He's been a good sport. And that's what this is all about. This is about us getting together, getting drunk, and telling stories. And you guys did what you had to do, and I can't thank you enough, man. And you got through it. Is there anything else any of you want to say? I would like
man, it was a pleasure.
Pleasure here.
And there's got to be a part 2.
And there's got to be a part 2.
Fucking right.
Yes. Yo, but also let me thank you for Zeno, you're the first guy who's on my food show and on the podcast.
That's big.
You know what I'm saying? Gunplay was too. I thought about it.
Yeah, Gunplay
was too. You know what I'm saying? But you're doing it live. Big up the Gunplay. But I can't thank you guys enough, man, for letting me into your life. I do it with Bleak. We play around with the stories. And you guys are a great sport, man. And what you guys contributed to hip hop could never be replicated. Just in case you guys didn't know, the things that y'all gave to hip hop, the things that you gave to me personally is personally appreciated. I'm glad that I can later on in life call you guys my friends because you gave me love before you even knew me. And I'm glad that after we knew each other, we continued our relationship. Right. And I appreciate you guys being a part of this podcast, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, man. The original Source, the dudes. Let's just focus in on me for a second. This is the dudes that made something that people call a hip hop Bible. I don't care what you do in hip hop. I don't give a fuck what you try to replicate. I don't give a fuck what you try to make. There's nothing that people are going to call it the hip hop Bible, my motherfucker. And listen, this is what I think. In 100 years, the original Source magazines will be read like a hip hop Bible. That's what I think. God bless you, motherfuckers.
I'm saving these motherfuckers.
Good night. God bless you, motherfuckers. We got us some touchy shit, and they stood here. They took the heat. It's going down. Drink Champs Podcast. Make some fucking noise! All right, let's go over there. Let's go over there.